Download the app for free. Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So, what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It is your man, BMT, and we got a hell of a show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about a very somewhat touchy subject in cases of men hitting the wall, okay? I'm going to go ahead and bring up my featured guest for tonight. Got my man Fearless in the building. What's going on?
How you doing, brother? Everything good with you?
What's good? What's good, man? Now, you did a show on this, what was it, like last week sometime, right? About do men hit the wall?
You know, I smoked him on it. He didn't believe it. He believes that men hit the wall, so I had to let him know that just doesn't happen.
Okay. And what brought up that, because this is somewhat of a touchy subject to some, but what brought this up for you to do a show about, do men hit the wall?
I think that the definition was really off. He was under the impression, he's under the impression that men get to a certain point and they kind of fall off, or they just stop working out, and that's them hitting the wall. But I think before you go on, you just need to define what hitting the wall is, and once you define that, you understand that men don't hit that wall.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna play a little bit of a devil's advocate to that.
All right,
I'm definitely gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate to that. But before we do that, I want to welcome everybody on the live. We got God gift to the ladies in the room. Shout out to you. I know we got a few more people. YouTube today having a few problems with the lives today, so I'm not seeing all your comments on the chat. But I know you guys in there because I see the watch count. So, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. We got a really good topic to discuss. All right. Tonight, basically. But before we get into the topic, man, let's tell us a little bit about your travels so far.
Oh, man. Previously, let's see. I'm a little bit older in the game. So I've been traveling, man, since I was early 20s. So that's almost like 30 years I've been traveling. I think 32 countries. I can't name the amount of cities because I seem to go to a lot of cities over and over. So I know, like, you figure if I'm in DR, I think I've hit every city there. Colombia, the Medellin, Bogota, Cartagena, San Andreas. So I've gone to multiple places, multiple cities. But let's see, I just got back. Let's see, Thailand was a month in December, then DR. and a few trips this year.
Okay, so you've been to quite a few countries, right?
Oh,
You've been to
yes.
quite a few countries. But before we go any further, man, I want to disclaim. I don't know if you want to call this a rumor or not, but you was on Austin Holloman's show, and everybody assumed that you was Austin's dad. Do you want to
I'm his
clarify
daddy,
that?
man. I'm Mr. Holloman. It's fearless Holloman in the house. No, man, that's just a rumor. I'm not Austin's dad, man. He's from Dallas. I'm in Dallas, and actually, I was just in the mall on a Sunday, and I think he was live streaming, and just so happened I ran into him, and I said, "Hey, we got to get together." And I actually had forgotten about it, and maybe about a week or so later, I contacted him and said, let's collab and get together. So I was able to get with him while he was here. Matter of fact, I just spoke to him today, so we just had a conversation.
Okay. And I know you run into the younger travelers. Do you try to give them any type of information to game that can kind of help them in their travels around the world?
Yes, it's advice.
Okay.
Sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't. I can only tell them about my experience and the things that I wish I would have done differently, and the things I hope to do great. But I don't think advice goes one way. I think it still has to do with experience. Example, one thing I talked to Austin about today was how he get rid of them trolls, man. I mean, he got trolls and trolls. And I'm from the old school. And in the old school, when somebody talks about you, they call you out your name. You like, we can meet at 3:00. We can meet at the school when the bell rings. We can take care of this. And I'm just realizing, that's just not the way to go. There's going to be trolls, and just let them troll. So it gets crazy. But I do believe that a lot of times, if you can tell the younger generation, here's a way that you can go, and they listen, it can save them a lot of grief, a lot of grime on their travels.
That's true. That is very true. Let me catch a couple of these comments real quick. I want to give a shout out to my man Dollar Will in the building. I haven't heard from you in quite some time, man. He says both genders are affected by age, but the wall means the end. In that sense, men don't have a wall, but time and age affects us too. So would you agree with that? Is that an agreement more so?
I agree with that, man. So let me define this. Let's define what hitting the wall is first. Now, I went to ChatGPT and it helped me out. It says hitting the wall in the context of dating is a term that typically refers to a point where someone, often women, is perceived to lose a significant amount of their attractiveness in dating prospects, usually due to aging. This concept is rooted, it says, in the stereotypes and things like that. But to me, what that's saying is this. It's not the age that gets you there. It's when you reach a certain age, especially because this happens to females, and mentally, they still think that they can maintain the same value and get the same type of man in their 40s as they did in their 20s. So they think that value is up. They think they should be able to go to a bar, and a lot of men should come up to them and say, "Hey, let me buy you drinks. Let me take care of you," and treat them with the same attention that they got when they were in their 20s.
Okay.
Problem is, when they get to that age and they are unwilling to accept that doesn't happen. And I'll give you one example and we'll play it. Let's take Ebony K. Williams. Nice looking girl. She in her 40s. She done been married.
Get the club.
Go ahead.
She in her 40s. She still thinks in her mind that she can command the same type of man. That didn't happen. So she's here and she's like, I'm never going to lower my standards. In her mind, she still thinks she's 20 years old and she can get that type of man, but she can't. It got so bad that she's like, I can't accept an average man. I'm not going to lower my standards. So what I'll do is, since I can't find a man, I'm going to impregnate myself through IVF because no man wants me. And the sad thing is, you will never hear a man. I just challenge anybody. I'm a man. So say I'm in my 50s. Have I ever said, you know what? I froze my sperm in my 30s and I'm going to find some chick to surrogate my kids for me so I can have a kid?
Okay.
We don't think like that. That's because we don't have that same wall. They've reached a point where either I can't have a man and I'll just do it myself. because I can't command the type of man I want because none of those men exist and none of those men are going toward her.
Okay, now is that what she did? She froze her eggs, and is that how she got pregnant?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew she was pregnant, but I figured she got some guy to, get. How old is her? How old is she? I'm sorry.
I think she's in her 40s, maybe early 40s.
Let me
Maybe
see
late
how old
30s,
she
early
is.
40s.
Let me see how old she is. Ebony
K.
Williams.
Williams.
Ebony K. Williams.
And look up
Okay,
the
so
story. It'll tell you
she's
she went
a
through IVF.
lawyer.
So imagine this: she's a lawyer in a sorority.
Okay. Oh, she's right at 40. She's right at 40. I thought she was older, but she's right at 40.
But she couldn't find a man.
I mean, she is attractive. I will say that. I'm gonna give her credit where credit's due. She's definitely took care of herself, but lawyers, man. Oh shit, I can't stand lawyers, bro. I can't stand working with them. I can't stand dating them. To be honest with you, they just like paid liars, in my opinion, and nothing they say is goddamn concrete. I swear. But hold on, let me play this clip.
Let's take someone like lead attorney. Lead attorney is around her age, a little bit older. So do you think the lead attorney with all his money is going to deal with somebody who like, I don't do none of this? So he's wealthy.
Nah, yes. He has more options. He has more options. I'm not sure how old he is, but he definitely has more options. But this the thing though, Fearless. This the only thing. Back with our previous generation, right? Our parents and stuff, they looked old at like 30. You know what I'm saying? Like they were grown at 30, 35. They look like adults. This generation, I think we're taking care of ourselves a little bit more. It's a lot of new treatments, people getting their teeth done. It's all types of little medical things you can do to kind of look younger, per se. So, in that essence, isn't it kind of like equal footing to a certain degree as far as looks are concerned? Because Ebony still looks good. She could go for like 30.
Oh, she looked good. I got a new car, an old car. I did the new paint job. It looked good, but it's an old car with a lot of miles. And no matter no matter how many paint jobs I put on that car, it's still an old car with a lot of miles. So when she comes into a relationship, it doesn't matter if she looks 25. She still got all the miles, all that luggage, all that damage that's happened. That the longer she's gone without, the more she gets. And now she's like, I'm just independent. I don't need anybody. So you can get the Botox, you can get the butt lift, the breast implants, all of that. That doesn't remove the attitude that she has and all the scorn that I'm not going to get. And a woman gets that age, she's like, I'm not going to change. I refuse to change. She don't want to get on anybody's program. She wants you on her program. And when you play that, you'll see. You'll play this one. It'll show that she wants you on her program.
Okay, let me play this. It says, I froze my eggs. I'd rather go at it alone. Hold on, let me play this.
Anybody could go get the club shot up. Let's be clear. I'm really not, if you're not the love of my life and also somebody that I trust to make business decisions with, I'm really not trying to co-parent with you. There's certain things, y'all, at this point in my life, at almost 40, I'm really not trying to negotiate with you about getting my child immunized. It's non-negotiable. I'm not playing with you when it comes to my kids' education. There's certain, you know what I mean? And I know that might not sit well with everybody. That's not so politically correct, but I think I'd rather go it alone.
She way off base, man. She way off base. She real off base.
That is hitting the wall, my friend.
Yeah, she's off base. Yeah. She's way off base. That's kind of sad that she would be so educated and have that thought process when it comes to rearing children. I mean, it takes two to make them, baby girl. It's that simple. If it takes two to make them, it's going to take two to raise them properly. So that's sad that she has that mindset. No way she had like a strong dad in her life. No way. No. Let me catch you some of these comments right here. BMT, she's considered a geriatric birth at her age. How is that defined? So I guess that's having the baby at an older age, basically.
Correct.
All right. Megatron with a $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, did Ebony check to see if the sperm donor owns a bus? LOL. Oh, yeah, that's right. She did say that. Make a comment about the bus driver.
So think about this. I don't know many millionaires and geniuses like, you know what? I need that $20. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this in a cup. It's basically the average man. The average man, you know, maybe they're in college needing some money. Maybe they're on the street and they're like, you know, I'm decent. You know, I don't have a job. I don't really have any ambition, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this $20 and give my sperm up. Now it's okay for her to take some average man sperm, but she won't take an average bus driver. Think about that, brother. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I got a super chat here by the Black Cleaner Restore. Appreciate this $5 super chat. He says, when men run out of resources and cannot produce or protect women, leave. The man wall. I watched my father hit this wall. He died poor and alone. Let me read that one more time. When men run out of resources and cannot produce or protect women, leave. The man wall. I watched my father hit the wall. He died poor and alone. Okay, so define Fearless the wall for a man. What's your definition for a man? You said the definition for a woman.
See,
but
this is why I don't think the men hit the wall. Because a woman hits the wall because in her mind she still thinks she can get what she used to get. A man doesn't usually do that. Let me see if I had a video for you on here. I wish I could show you. And if you take one of those down, I'll bring another one up. And this is why men don't really hit it. If you take this video down, I'll upload another one.
Okay.
So remove her.
Hold on. Let me all right. Somebody, Dollar Will says, I bought a bottle of new car scent from my old car. I only fooled myself. All right. So it's okay. So guys, we're talking about more so do men hit the wall though? Okay, we have to understand that women, they lose their looks, but so do men. Men lose their looks too, fellas.
But see, here's the thing: a woman. Can I remove that video in the back? Let's see. Yeah, remove from studio. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I removed
this is what happens when, in a sense, a man hits the wall, and I'll let it play. Open. And
continue. But I saw that I was getting beat on. I realized
that's it right there, right?
Yes, that's it.
Continue. But I saw that I was getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
When did you recognize that? And what part of the fight?
I don't know. Early into the fight. I'm just sorry I let everybody down. I just don't have this in my heart anymore.
I'm in Sacramento, and no kidding, the national anthem, I'm standing there, and I look up in the rafters of Sacramento, and I see Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, all these jerseys retired. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Like they've stopped playing for a while. I mean, their jerseys are up there. What am I still doing here? I need to go home.
And what I mean by that, those men reached a point where they said, yeah, I'm not who I used to be. I can't gain the same things I used to be. I'm fine. And usually men only go with what is available. The difference is let's say that I was just out and I got with Rihanna and I'm like, man, I'm with Rihanna. You know, I'm doing good. And now my expectation is every woman I deal with has to be Rihanna. That's delusion. Because I'm a man, I know that was a one-time thing. I lucked up. That's shooting way above my range. A woman, on the other hand, she'll get with somebody like, you know, she'll get a night with Lil Wayne and she think everybody after that has to be on Lil Wayne's level. And she is only a 6 and she in her mind always thinks I'm at a 10 level, no matter what. So she's always going to seek that validation from that rich man, that person who can do it no matter what age she gets. A man is only as good as his options. You know, you never see a man saying, oh man, I can still get that. We only as good as our options. We understand that. And that's the difference with the mentality of a woman. I'll give you an example. Your app, BMT, Passport Bros. You may say, man, that app, I can sell it for $10 million. Mentally, you think you can. Until you go in the open market and somebody say, yeah, I'll give you $1,000 for it, because that's all it's worth. You don't continue to say my app is worth 10 million. Because at that point, it's not. It's only worth what the market will give to you. A woman will keep saying, I'm worth 10 million. I'm worth 10 million. I'm worth 10 million. No matter what, and I'm going to keep going for 10 million. And it never does it. So a man is only as good as an option. So we as guys don't hit it because we say, all right, you know, I'm older. I can't get that same type of woman. I can try and I can shoot my shot. But if I don't, I'm still good. We settle with this. I'm good with it. I know I can. I'm good.
Okay. Let me catch a super chat here by Classy Perspective with $10 super chat. She said she basically told you without saying it, she has failed when it comes to a family structure. And it's true, millionaires don't donate sperm. Most people that donate are average guys or homeless guys. Okay. I doubt if Ebony got like a homeless guy to give her some sperm though, but
who think gives up plasma, man? What do you mean? You go to the hospital and you getting blood, who you think giving it? They may have a criteria.
She's a lawyer. More likely she didn't pay a few dollars to get some top notch or something. That's what I would assume. But hell, I mean, it's kind of a different analogy. If I was to sell the app, which I wouldn't sell for quite some time, hell, it'll be in the billion. I wouldn't even look at no millions. I wouldn't even look at the millions. The app's shit. This app right now worth like $250,000. So that shit is crazy.
Here's the thing: it's not if you would sell it; it's what people would purchase it for.
But I mean, you can look at the analogy of a house too, though, because the market changes. This is what you gotta understand: the market does change. So 5-10 years ago, the house might have been $250,000. Now it's worth, because of inflation, $800,000-900,000. And this is the thing about guys that are limited to the dating pool in America. See, Ebony Williams overseas is Brazil, Colombia, DR. She's like a 6 or a 7. But in America is a brigade of simps that look at Ebony Williams like she's a dime. 40, 30. She still has her high selection of men, I'm sure. She was married too to some guy.
No. So here's the thing, brothers. She has her selection of simps. So the difference is, and what you got to understand is, the people that she would date would not date her. See, that's the entire difference. She can date. It's no problem with her dating. She can get a man. She can get any bus driver there is. The problem is the man she wants doesn't want her. That's the difference. And she will not lower her standards in any mean to get that average man. That's the wall.
All right. Shout out to my man Arnold Pelton with the $5 super chat. Hitting the wall is different from hypergamy. Okay. Shout out to my man Arnold Pelton. He's been hitting the super chats lately, man. Really appreciate that. What you think about that? Hitting the wall is different from hypergamy. I think he's basically saying that hitting the wall is different from hypergamy. So she's participating in hypergamy, but hitting the wall. So women that hit the wall can't participate in hypergamy. Is that what you're saying, Arnold? Maybe he can clear that up for us, but we'll get back to that. Somebody said the sperm donor is white. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hey, here's the thing, man. And I think when I had Tommy on the show, he made this point, and this is crazy. And this, I don't want to really dwell on black women, white women, because we're just talking about the wall. Black women are the only women that would seek out, like, hey, let me get a white sperm. White women ain't saying, hey, let me get a black sperm. If they got to go to IVF, what IVF woman says, you know what? I got all these good white men around. Let me go ahead and get that black dude right there.
Hold on. We'll see. I don't know. Bro. Well, now you're right. Well, hold on.
For IVF, I ain't saying to get pregnant, but if they go to IVF, they never selected like, let me get that, because one, they don't have to. They can get who they want in that sense. They on the open market, but they don't do that. We always want to get that. We, as in the black culture, I want that good hair. I want that light skin. Because that's what we value, and that's what they go for. You get the lesbian couples, what they going for? Either, another Latino, or they going for somebody white.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Some people do think that way. When we don't control our media, and what people see in popular culture, and I've been saying this for years. I mean, people they're gonna be programmed with what they program with, and the programming of Western media is white is right, black is bad. So, All right, let me get a super chat by Cello_Thomas with a $9.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, for men in general, there isn't more like a wall, but it's more like a blazing fire. All right, youngin' and going. Until we simmer down to settle, campfire, calmer and wiser with wisdom. That's a good point. That's a good point. I guess you're saying you basically a little bit more patient. You want to see what's in front of you. So you might slow down a little bit because of your past experiences, basically. All right. Let me catch the other super chat real quick. Damn, old boy got a point. It just talk, that's God gives to girls. Mr. Dacus, the navigator with the $5 super chat, man, I really appreciate that. He says, does know a real life example of a female who got older and hit the wall? I guess, does he know a real life example of a female who got older and hit the wall? I think that's a question to you, bro.
I meet them all the time in the workplace. They just women who now they've gotten success. Mm-hmm. They look around, and then it's like they're already here. They don't want to date nobody here. So when they look at the VIPs, the CEOs, and all of those guys, they're already married. They've already found their person. And those guys are not going to deal with somebody they have to compete with. So they don't want that strategy. Guys know the difference is we know when our time is up. We try to get that money. Like if we playing ball or something, we come out of college, we're trying to get that money right away because we know we're in our prime. Mm-hmm. You don't see, a 50-year-old football player like, I'm about to sign that $1 billion contract because we know our time has expired. They don't know their time has expired. They still want to they think as they increase in age that their value increases, and it doesn't. If you take that off, I'm going to show you another lady. Take this one off here. Let me take that off. I'm going to put up another one for you.
All right, hold on.
And we all know this young lady. This young lady had it all.
I can't even remove that more from the stage for some reason. Just add the stage, add the stage. No, I can't remove it for some odd reason.
Oh, let me get it. I got you. Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I could have done that. Let's look at this young lady here. We all know her. Where did I put her at? There we go. Let me add her. We know her. We all know this young lady. And this is what hitting the wall is.
You're wanting. Are you dating?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm wanting to date.
Yeah.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
Why? You're just not into
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that because I just believe people make up stories saying who and what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
And
what are you looking for at this stage, this point?
A partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Gonna let me go shopping.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you just spoke.
And I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so you got a friend.
Okay.
We'll be all.
So
now, how old is Vivica? Vivica about 55, 60. Right?
She's 60.
She's 60 years old. Okay.
60 years
okay.
old.
So because we're making we're making it all about the women. What about the men that are 60 though?
That's what I'm saying. What man says I'm at my 60s and I still want somebody to take me shopping? I want to do this. We understand we get to a certain point. There's just certain expectations. Usually when a man gets older, if he's not playing the field and he's looking for a wife, he just say, man, I just want some peace, man. I want somebody I can just be with. We're not looking for supermodels. A 60-year-old ain't saying, man, I can get the best looking girl. We have already set our standards a little bit lower. And our expectations of what we get a little bit lower. We say, we're just looking for some peace. We're looking for this type of woman. So not us hitting the wall because we've already lowered the expectation. And the difference is a man is always striving for more. So when we say hit the wall and they say, oh, there are some men that hit the wall. Those men never had a wall to hit with. So if you were fat, ugly, and you never strived, you never had anything to lose. See, to me, hitting the wall is losing something. Mm-hmm. If you never had, you can never lose. So the man who is striving and always doing, we always do it. You know, you can even go bankrupt as a man, and that's just a temporary setback. You're like, oh, I'll just make this money back up. Because mentally, we always are striving to do more. So our wall never hits. And by the time it does get to the point where it hits, I mean, we ready to die, brother. At that point, it's age. We like, I'm good. I don't even want anybody.
Okay. We got 115 in the chat, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. I want to thank my man Fearless for joining the podcast today. And I also have a super chat by Drew. Let me get this off the screen so I can read it. Fearless, great point on black women and white sperm. Naomi Campbell is 54 years old, got 2 babies like that. Also include Tyra Banks. I didn't know that. That. Well, I mean, that's their preference. That's their preference, man. You know, a lot of women.
But think about this. What man out there saying, you know, you at your age and you say, man, I want kids. I'm going to go ahead and freeze my sperm. And then if I don't find a woman, I'm going to find a woman that's a surrogate. I'm going to make sure that they impregnate her. She's going to have a baby. I'm going to get rid of her and I'm going to raise this baby by myself. What man does
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm sorry.
I got another super chat.
There is one man that did that. I apologize.
Who's that?
Michael Jackson. He did that.
We don't count him. Hey, I saw a video. They say Mike's still alive out there, man. Who knows? All right. Shout out my man, Classy Perspective with $10 super chat says, she still sounds like she a young girl. She doesn't have the maturity of Angela Bassett, Felicia Rashad. That's my baby right there. Or Shay. I don't know who Shay Babette is, bro. Who's that, Classy Perspective? You know who that is? Shay Babette?
I don't know, but I like that name.
Yeah, who is that, Classy? Okay. Her conduct is still of a young woman. Are you talking about Vivica or Ebony K. Williams? Which one are you talking about, Classy Perspective?
I think both of them.
And who is Shay? Shay Perspective. Yeah. I mean, Vivica she just come off as a little selfish and egotistical. You know, she got a little name and a little fame, so you got to deal with that. Her little bruised egos. Actors and actresses are real like sensitive and shit. They artists, but they're, you know, I'd take her over dating a lawyer any day, man. Lawyers. Is he talking about both of them?
Both.
I mean, Chef. I don't know who that is. I still don't know who that is. Classic Perspective. Who the hell is Chef Babette? Who the hell is that? That must be one of them reality show stars or some shit.
All right. And if you want to specifically talk about men, can I pull up the Angry Man?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see if I can have him.
Okay, she's that older lady that looked real good, I think. Okay.
You may have to bring it to the stage. It's the first one there.
Hit the wall. So a lot of these podcast guys, you know, they don't talk about what it looks like when men hit the wall.
Bro, stop it. First of all, men don't have a wall. At least not in the way women do. But that's a conversation for another time. Y'all always trying to create the male equivalent of what women go through. And ever since Kevin Samuels said their only companion would be a cat and they would die alone, y'all have been trying your best to get your get back. But here's the truth. After an entire lifetime of living a man's life, men don't get lonely. They want to be left alone.
That's the truth, brother.
In some cases, most definitely, especially some of them guys that have been married 25, 30 years, they're not really looking to get married again.
But I brought this stat up before, man. Mm-hmm. And you can look at it. The second, you know, when they do categories of STD, mm-hmm. the second category of STD mm-hmm. are people over 65. Because you know why? Those men that are in the nursing homes, they still getting it. They like it. You know, I can still get with this chick. He prime suspect. With a little bit of Viagra, he the man. He the man in there. He can be all he wants to be. His wall never hit. He can command not only them old ladies in a wheelchair, he can get them new chicks he can pay for, you know, with Social Security. I used to say it. They get their Social Security check, them women come around.
The game don't change, do it?
It don't change, bro.
Game does not change. That damn show. That's funny, man. That is funny as hell right there. That is funny. Hold on, I want to pull this little picture up. The picture of the thumbnail was hilarious, man. Because you mentioned the Viagra, and I'm like, yeah, dudes, but this could be considered could be considered hitting the wall though, to a certain degree.
Using Viagra?
Yeah, man. Look at my man right there. Hold on, let me cover that super chat real quick. Hold on, look at my man right there. Got the pill. She's looking at him in the background like, look at you, Charles. Charles ain't hitting it right. Come on, man. That could be considered hitting the wall, brother.
Brother, how many memes have you seen? And it'd be mostly like Latino women. And it'd be that old guy, and he like come here, and then they'll have a phrase like, it must be the first of the month. like because she's coming at him for money. So I mean, as long as he has some type of wealth and resources, he always gonna get it. And the guys who don't never had and they fall off, they don't have a perception that he can still get something. That poor guy ain't out there saying, man, I can still get something. We kind of know our limit. We know that as our age goes up, as our bodies change, that what we can expect is different. We're not getting the same. We don't have those same expectations, especially if you don't have the resources. If you have the resources, then you can command that, because the way we are judged is entirely different. A woman is judged on her looks, her ability to procreate. So is she still viable? And her feminism. A man isn't judged on that. He's judged on his resources and if he can provide and protect. And so a man, when he can't provide or protect, he'll take himself out of the pool. He'll remove himself.
Okay.
A woman will still be in it, still saying, I can get this. I deserve this. They don't see a flaw. And I'm going to put up another one for you. And this is the reason why we are different, because they do not see, they don't see it. Men see their flaws. Just like when I showed you the guys, Mike Tyson and Kobe, when they reached a certain age, they knew it was time to bail out.
Okay.
The women aspect of it.
Seconds, you realize why a lot of women are single. So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing. Shit, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any flaws.
To improve. What I need to improve?
Yes.
Probably his timing.
What? Your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you need to
improve?
Yeah, what do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?
And that's the thing. Women are even though it doesn't matter what age, you say, what can you improve to get dating? What can you be better with? They don't see it. And I'll take it out for you. I'll remove it for you.
No, I was just trying to see old girl. She was kind of cute.
Oh, she was. She a little fire stick there.
Yeah, she was a little nice one, boy. You like those over here. But go ahead.
What
What you saying?
That same man, I need to know from your audience, how many men say I'm a 10? How many men, if you were asked a question on a scale of 1 to 10, you'd be like, yeah, I'm a 10.
And the crazy thing about that is 10 takes for men, it's different categories. What I mean by that is the way women look at a 10 is the way we look differently as a 10 for a woman, because usually a 10 for us is just going to be looks, right? She a dime. We don't care if she cooks, she clean, if she's a manageable person or a manageable woman, is she good in a relationship? Is she trustworthy? We just say 10. But when a woman say a 10, they're looking at, okay, he look good, but what his bad? How what he do for a living? How much money he make a year? That's a 10 in their eyes.
What woman would say Elon Musk is a 10? What woman would say Bill Gates is a 10?
It depends.
They're not gonna say they're gonna say he rich, but they never gonna say he's a 10.
Yeah, that's true. But his status will overcome the whole "is he a 10" type thing. They don't even care. Most women don't even care about that shit. What I'm saying is,
men are not delusional. That's why we don't hit the wall. Elon Musk, with all the money he got, he gonna be like, yeah, I'm not a 10. I'm all right. I could lose some weight. I could do this. We don't have that delusion that we are so high up that we don't need improvement. Women, they believe I'm at a 10. I'm perfect. I don't need to improve on anything. That's where they hit the wall and becomes delusional, because they still hold that 20-year-old that you said look good is going to be saying the same thing when she's 30. She's going to say the same thing when she's 40. And she's going to think that she can get something that she can't get, because in her mind, she's perfect and she doesn't need to improve. If you say, I think Kevin Samuels was good at this. Why don't you go ask your exes how you were in the relationship? And they're like, no, I was perfect. I was good. I did everything great. But if you go ask a man, they're gonna be like, nah, you wasn't. And we can say it. We like, yeah, I messed up, brother. I was cheating. I was in the street. We already know it. If we mess up with a chick, we can self-reflect and say, yeah, it was me. I did this. I wasn't there.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but let's be honest. You got some guys that are, let's just say, older, past 45 or something like that. They out of shape. They kind of let themselves go, rather. They don't like to do much but go home. They go to work. And there's a lot of guys like this. They go to work, they little bullshit job. They come home, they watch movies and shit. Isn't that somewhat of a form of hitting the wall as a man? Like no ambition?
But
not trying to do more. Not trying to do more. It's just like they just kind of like the hell with it. Isn't that a form of hitting the wall?
But what are those men commanding? Because if they just accept who they are, that's not hitting the wall. If a woman got to her 40s and said, I'm 40 and I'm just looking for a nice 40-year-old man, just an average man I can settle down with. She really, I wouldn't say she hit the wall because she's accepted where she is at in life. Now, if that same guy was like, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm this, but I'm getting me a supermodel. Now that brother's delusional. And you don't see that usually happening with a man. He kind of accepts. Men usually get what we can, whatever options are available.
Okay. You know what? I would love to hear a woman's perspective on this, man. I really would.
Before you play what a woman's perspective is, because you are out of the country, and I'm just supporting you, brother. Like I said, I got my DR Sabe shirt on for you because you are in the DR, so I'm representing.
Okay.
And the reason I say that you out of the country is it's only America where in a Western culture that believe that when you get older that nothing changes. In other cultures, they let you know there is a difference between a 30-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman. And if you can play the one where it says in China, if you can play that.
If you're a woman, single, and over 30, you are called 剩女, which means leftover woman in Mandarin. In Cantonese, you are called 羅底橙, 賣剩蔗, and 攝做辣, which means orange at the bottom of the basket, the sugar cane that didn't get sold, and the thing used for filling the gap of the stove. But if you're a man, single, and over 30, you are called 钻石王老五, which means a diamond bachelor in Mandarin. In Cantonese, you are called 笋盤, which means quality real estate.
Okay.
Every culture understands that there is a difference, that a woman in her prime is when she should be with someone. A man's prime doesn't start after that.
Okay. All right. Shout out my man Dollar Will says no because he accepts his reality. I'm still trying to correlate the acceptance of your reality as a man versus hitting the wall, just getting older, bro. Your body changing. You got to pop pills to get what get you right. Like to me, that's kind of hitting the wall to a certain degree. Physically being able to not do what you used to do. Like, let's be honest, chicks is 25, 26 or something like that. You in your the late 50s, early 60s. I mean, she really going to want to date a guy that much older than her.
But
right?
If for instance, if you go to DR and you have this in your mind that you want to date 20-year-old women, and you talk to every 20-year-old woman and they're like, yeah, it ain't happening. A guy understands that, okay, that's beyond my scope. Because we want what we can get. And if 20 ain't good for us and 30 good for us, then we go to 30. If 30 ain't good for us and 40 ain't good for us, we go to 40. Because we only go with what's available for our options.
Okay.
We don't set it so far that we can't. We don't get delusional and say, I'm only sticking with 20. And that's what a woman will do. A woman
okay.
say,
okay, but the fact that man's options are more limited now, even if he got resources, wouldn't that be somewhat of a definition of hitting a wall, that he has limited options more so now? I'm not talking about overseas. Overseas, everything different. Overseas, they don't give a damn about how old the guy is. I'll be honest with you. Like when I be walking in the store sometimes, I see the guy holding the girl hand. I don't know if it's his daughter or his girlfriend or his wife. Like that's the way it is out here. I'm like, damn, is that his? Like, what's going on here? Because they kind of hugged up, So you don't know. But in America, you are the social acceptance of dating people around your same age per se. All right. So that's what I'm saying. The fact that a man's option is more limited, isn't that a form of hitting the wall?
But we know that, and we don't accept it. We accept it. An example would be a guy.
But hold on, Phyllis. Hold on, brother. But we accept it, but the wall is the wall. Like I said, the wall is undefeated, right? They don't. The wall is autonomous. Like they don't care what you accept. It's just saying that, okay, technically you're not who you used to be. Like you said, Kobe ain't Jordan. They're not in their prime no more. There is a prime for a man, whether we want to recognize it or not, in the dating world, in America, not necessarily overseas. And overseas is different. You could be 45 and dating a 25-year-old. That ain't shit. Like that's no problem. No, you ain't missing the beat overseas. But in America, right? Damn, I lost my train. But in America, like, your options are limited. Like, okay, so that defines that you technically have hit the wall now. You don't have the options no more. You can't just go to the club and pull up at a regular night and day club like you used to when you was in your early 30s, late 20s, and pull a little nice 22-year-old out the club no more.
I agree with you, but remember how we define the wall. The wall isn't just about age. The wall is a woman like Ebony B. Williams that gets to a certain age and says, you know what? I still want what I wanted in my 20s, and they don't accept anything else. They've had a standard and will not accept it. That same guy that can pull up to the club will say, yeah, I tried. I shot my shot. Didn't work. And I'm cool with accepting the other girl. Or I wait in the parking lot till the ugly girl comes out and, I'm cool with that. I'm down. We have accepted the fact that we can't get what we used to get. That's when I say we haven't hit the wall. So if we out of shape, a man will always shoot a shot, but we will not eliminate everybody who isn't on that standard. If when I was a young man and I'm in school and I'm in shape, I might be like, look, I'm going for 9s and 10s. And then as I get older, it's like, well, them 9s and 10s in their 20s, I'm not going to be able to get them anymore because there's going to be a dude who's 20 years old who looking a lot better. And I can accept it. The problem is the woman can't. She will still go to the bar, sit at the bar, and then get upset. Why aren't these guys buying me drinks? Why haven't guys approached me? Why haven't they done
it? But Felix, you're making it all about the woman. We're talking about the man, though. You keep comparing the woman.
No, but I'm saying because I have to show you the opposite side. Okay, let's say what man goes out and says, I can't get that 20-year-old, so I'm not dating.
Not too many men would say that.
What man only swipes? Let's get on a dating app. What man only swipes and says, man, these are 10s, 10. Oh, she's a 6.
But hold on, but Phyllis, you just said when you did comparisons with the app, you were just like the market is what sets the tone.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter what the man wants.
I'm saying, he's going to get. If you get on a dating app, the woman is only swiping at the top percent because that's what she feels she deserves. No man is saying I'm holding out for the top 10 on these dating apps. We swipe right on everything and then hope that we get whoever replies to us, we happy. We swiping right. So what I'm saying is we are happy with our options, whatever options we have. If we get a good one that's a 10 that swipes
but Phyllis, the options, that doesn't define the wall though, brother. That doesn't define the wall.
How doesn't it define the wall?
The wall is defined of you having more limited options because you're getting older as a man. You're slowing down. Your looks are declining.
The wall, right. It's not about the limited options. It's what I'm willing to accept. As the woman, she's not willing to accept anything below her standard.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, we went back to the women again. We talking about the men though. We talking about the men.
But I'm saying the woman hits the wall because she will not accept anything below her standards. A man does not hit the wall because he will lower his standards. We will lower our standards to get with someone. So our wall isn't.
But the fact that we've lowered our standards, isn't that a key indicator that we're hitting the wall if we got to lower our standards?
No, because we continue to move on. There's nothing that has prevented us. If I want to get married and I say I can't marry the beautiful woman, I can marry the average woman. Nothing has stopped me. There's no wall. I just went from here. I continued on. The woman stops because she says, I want this, and I can't go no further than that. That's the wall. I can't go any further because my standard won't let me. A man says, I lower my standards. Keep moving on.
Okay. I got my man Crypto bro in the building, says Bill Belichick. Okay, yeah. I mean, you got your exceptions. The guy's rich and famous, all right? CC says you can't accept it, but it's still the wall, all right? T-Matt says I'm 52 and my options increased when I moved to Colombia. Of course, you're in Colombia, brother. They love older men there. Yeah, they love older men in general in all Latin American countries and all Asian countries too. They're looking for a man. They're looking for a provider and protector. You know, they're looking for, so it's different. But the women in the States, they're a little different, man. All right, Dollar Wheel says the wall for a man is expecting the same quality for the same price. I don't see how that's the wall though. I really don't see how that's the wall.
So I tell you what, why don't you define the wall for us, and then maybe we can go with your definition.
Okay. CC said I see BMT logic. The wall is all right, man. You're getting older. You're right. You're not getting the vast majority of women that are, in their prime because you're an older man. I think that's the only your looks have declined. All right, that's to me that's the definition of the wall. Not necessarily now if you're rich, but see
where your money at? Don't have to be rich.
Okay. What they call what Kevin Summer used to call these guys high select or high value men. Yeah, high value men account for what percentage of the other population? Less than 10%.
Where your money at? Just where? I mean, I'm just give me a
okay. Let's say the average man. Let's say he got his home paid for. Granted, 2 cars paid for. Okay, but he's still 65. Okay, that could be somewhat of a wall, especially in America.
But what is he commanding?
He might be commanding women 35, 40.
Yeah, he can probably get that. Because they want stability.
They owe me. Hold on. Everybody piling up in the back end. They owe me. They ready to get me on up out of here, man. All right, Chattergrass says, come on, Aaron. You know men start at ground zero. Women start at a ground base on how they look, and it only goes down from there. When did Hugh Hefner hit the wall? Now, how many of you Negroes is Hugh Hefner? Shout out my man Burt Ross in the building. It's getting good now. We got Roland in the back end. Oh, shit. The wall doesn't care who or what you accept. Lower standards and expectation is confirmation that a man is trying to avoid the wall. Shout out to my man Nat Measy. Now, I don't usually agree with Nat Measy, but Nat Measy has a point there. All right, he has a point there. I got to say he has a point there. Iman Perry.
Because
let me go back to it. Hold on. Let me go back to it. Go ahead.
No matter the age of a woman, when she gets, we talked about this, the old car, no matter how old she gets, she's still old. She brings it. A guy, so a woman is judged on her beauty. A man is judged on his resources. So if a man is a 10 in resources, he doesn't lose anything. He can be as old as he wants. And he can be the Leonardo DiCaprio who, once you reach 25, you old age, and I get rid of you. So that's what I'm saying. If you have the resources,
so you're saying the average woman at 50 years old has hit the wall. The average man, not the average man, but the man who's 50 who has his money right has not hit the wall.
Correct.
Okay. All right, let me go ahead.
Reverse it. Usually the man who didn't have resources, he never had opportunity anyway.
Iman Parrish's men don't hit the wall until they hit 100 years old. Come on, Iman. All right, let me bring on the panel. Let me bring on my man Roland Travels in the building. What's going on, my man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's good? They say I'm making ridiculous statements. 43,000 isn't average in Colombia. Location matters. We all know that. All right, hold on, Roland. Let me catch these super chats real quick, and I got you. And I got you too, the Black Cleaner. Give me a second. All right, Crypto Bro with the $9.99 in super chat, man. I really appreciate that. I was in Thailand. An old man screamed for help. He couldn't lift his leg above the sidewalk's wheelchair ramp. He was too old. 10 minutes, he reached the Soy 6 and got swarmed. Wall or alley, are the same. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was okay. So my man went to Soy 6 in a wheelchair. I ain't mad at him. All right, shot it. So it is a wall for men. All right, Hannibal Barker says, I don't agree with that. A man's worth isn't defined by a woman. All right, I got my man Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders in the building. This is a real good topic, man. You might want to tap in for this one. Great subject, gentlemen. Men never hit the wall. See, Andre is a testament to this. You know, he's a testament. I mean, Andre is, come on, man. But man, men hit the ceiling. We that travel care less about the wall in the States, young or old, your money matters. Men money don't got the wall. Men with money don't have a wall. BMT. All right, shout out to my man Andre. All right, I want to welcome. Hold on, Roland. I got my man Black Cleaner. Go ahead, bro. What you like to say on this subject?
Well, I was actually speaking about this, and I said that the wall to me for men is like Money Man Mitch in Paid in Full, where he was all like, "Yo, I love the league, but if I leave the league, will the game still respect me?" Mm-hmm. That's where you hit in the wall, where you still think that you in the game playing.
Okay, go ahead.
And you refuse to leave because of how you was in your heyday. Or, you know, like Al Bundy, he's always talking about how he was at Polk High School, but now he's a 38-year-old shoe salesman. That's when you hit. That's where the delusional is, because that's what Flex is talking about when he's talking about, women are delusional. Mm-hmm. Men are delusional when they still thinking that, the women is on them. So that's where we hit the wall. But yeah, if you that you hit the ceiling, as Andre said it, and you can't get no more, and you slow down, then you good. But yeah, if you still delusional, thinking you still out here popping in these streets, you done hit the wall, bruh. It's time for you to pack it up. You ain't got nothing left.
Okay, so now what age is that around? The Black Cleaner. What age would you say that's around?
Don't do it to yourself.
I wouldn't put an age on it. It's about when as he said, when they're not checking for you no more. When you the old nigga in the spot and nobody's checking for you, like how they were checking for you.
That's okay.
Or you ain't able to provide and protect anymore. As I said, my father, he was the man. They called him Good Time Charlie. But as soon as, he wasn't able to, provide those good times anymore, nobody was checking for him. But he was still trying to hit the club like he was Good Time Charlie. He was looking like Eddie Kane up in there. Aang. Nice like this. I wish.
I got you. All right, what up, Ronan? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
What's good?
I don't know if you came in the other room when we had this conversation. But
I think I was there.
Men,
he lost there too,
brother. We, by nature, will climb over a wall. We'll dig under it or we'll bust through it. Okay. Men don't hit a wall.
Okay.
That is just impossible for us to hit a wall. Men can give up, but men can't hit a wall. You get what I'm saying? Men can get to a certain elevation and want to chill out because no longer is it important for them to want to run that rat race anymore because they've gotten all the resources they need. What they do is they evolve, but men don't hit a wall.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you, but doesn't the dating market define? No. We're not talking about older guy having a nice looking younger woman. We're not talking about that. Okay, we're talking about, but doesn't the overall dating market define the wall? And it's autonomous. So there's a wall for men and women defined by less options that they have. For example, a 55-year-old man walking in a club, right? Walking in a club, let's say the women are anywhere from 18 to 30 on average. He's not going to get the same results he got when he was 25, 30. Brother, that's just a fact of life.
Wrong hunting ground. Brothers in their 50s don't go to a club. What you look like being in a club at 50 plus? You looking damn foolish. You're not in the right hunting ground. Young men belong into the hunting ground of just hunting, finding, gathering, those things.
Okay, we'll change the hunting ground. Hold on, we'll change the hunting ground.
Don't change.
Hold on. What about dating apps? What about dating apps? What about Tinder?
On a dating app.
55-year-old man puts his profile up. He fishing. He's standing in front of his Porsche, but the man grayed out, a little overweight. He got a beard, got a little beer belly. You know, he show you women he got a bag. He's not gonna get the same hits that a guy 25, 30 will get.
We not in the same areas, bro. You still thinking like a young man. An older man does not hang out in those areas. We have relationships.
Older men don't use dating apps?
No, they should not.
Come on. Even if they do, come on, Roland. Come on, Roland.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
So an older man, he either has resources, connections, he knows people that know people. By the time you get to a certain level, you're already in a certain circle. The women at that point, because you're an older established man, are looking and checking for you if you're in those circles. You get to pick at that option. Obviously, as you're older, you have more resources. What did we say, even at the Kevin Samuel stage? When you're in your 20s and 30s, you should be developing your resources, developing different things in order to be that high value man. Once you're in your 40s and 50s, this is where you're in your highest value when it comes to women. Women that are checking for you are the ones that really want to get settled down with somebody that's established and so on. That's why you see all the upper echelon people that have money, they're marrying and having younger girlfriends. Those girls ain't stupid. Those girls know exactly where to go. If they want a fuck boy, they're going to go get that 20 or 30 guy from the club. If they want somebody that's well established, that's going to be able to take care of them and have children so that they can live on their lives, guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to those jazz bars. They're going to go to the places where the men that are established are. And that's where they'll be. And those men that are established will have the options of picking from those better class of women. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
Hold up, BMT. You talked about the dating app. We talked about this. Say you on a dating app. Unless she butt ugly, you swiping right. You swipe right, and usually people don't even look. I seen dudes just do this. They ain't even looking at who they swiping on. It's just swipe right, and then all they doing is saying, whoever swipes right on me, that's who I'll talk to. Women don't do that. Women are very selective. They only swipe on 3% of the men they look at. And the problem is when they get older, they still doing the same thing. They become so selective that they don't get a man. Where a man says, I'm taking anybody who want me, I'm rolling. I'm good with it. I'll take any options.
Okay. I want to welcome to the show my man Nak Meezy in the house. What's up, Nak?
Salute, brothers. Salute, BMT in the panel. Ronan, salute. Hi, Fearless. What up?
What's going on, brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Fearless, what's up, man? You ain't gonna say what's up to me, bro?
He gave you a salute. Come on, Nak. He gave you a salute, brother.
I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm sorry, brothers.
You good?
So let me weigh in on this. I think the wall, as it relates, are we talking about as it relates to dating? Is we got to really establish this wall?
Yeah, that's technically the wall. Yeah, the wall is
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, men hit the wall, in my opinion. You know, you start approaching the wall when you start picking gray hairs out of your beard. When you start looking at your hairline, when you talk to your barber, like, yo, don't push my shit back no more, man. I ain't got nothing left to give. You know what I'm saying? The wall is approaching when you start picking out outfits to make you look younger. The wall is approaching when you walk into the club and you notice that you ain't getting, nobody's breaking their neck to look at you. And it's okay if the wall exists, because at a certain point, you should be interested in other things. Like the brothers were saying, like, you know, our money and status at a certain age, that's what you should be working on. But from a dating standpoint, no one's looking at you. I think we all looked at the video where some diesel dude was walking through, I think it was Parque Lleras, just walking through, and all the women were breaking their necks. That's the man that hasn't hit the wall. But a man who has hit the wall is the guy who's just enjoying his meal, and they're like, gringos, puteros, aquí no nos queremos, or some shit like that. That's a guy that they don't want around because they figured that he's just paying for what he didn't have to pay for before. That's when you hit the wall. Like in terms of dating, 50 years old, man, I smashed the wall. However, no, I smashed into the wall. However, because I'm not focused just on the physical and trying to have access to women that I shouldn't be wanting anymore, right? Then, I forget what I was gonna say with that. But look, once you keep it age appropriate, bro, you know what I'm saying? You 50, you start dating women that you should be dating, then you don't really have to worry about the wall. But the wall absolutely exists. I'm gonna land with this. There was a dude, a movie called Napoleon Dynamite, and a dude named Uncle Rico was like, I could throw a football over their mountains. Yeah, that's a dude that hit the wall. He reminiscing on the old shit he used to be able to do. So we work out harder, we dress younger, we try to be relatable. It's because you're trying to avoid the inevitable. The wall exists for both sexes.
Good point. Good point.
Question, brother. You do Thai, am I right?
You mean Muay Thai?
Boxing?
Correct.
Absolutely.
So at your age, do you still think you can defeat that 21-year-old who been doing it?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I will get washed.
That's because as a man, you realize that your age is caught up with you, and you're like, hey, I'm not who I used to be. I can do that. The women will say, I can still get that type of man. I can command a certain type of man, no matter what my age is. So I would say you didn't hit the wall because you've come to the realization that I can be in shape, but there's going to be a brother who's 20 who just physically can take me.
But Fearless, he's not comparing it to women. You keep comparing it to women.
And that's what I wanted to say here. What the brother just said, he just confirmed that a wall exists. I don't think he realized it. Me realizing my mortality, realizing that I am different than I was 30 years ago, is really me recognizing that there is a wall and respecting the wall. I think we get into muddy waters when people don't respect the wall. So the question should be, do women respect the wall, not whether a wall exists or not?
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. See, a woman, when I say it, let me kind of repeat it. You came to the conclusion that you were not as young as you were. It wasn't just hitting the wall. You said, I'm not where I used to be, and I'm okay with that. A woman never gets, well, I can't say, I don't want to use absolutes. A lot of women never get to that conclusion. When we brought up like Ebony Williams and Vivica Fox, they still believe that no matter what age they are, they can still command the same things they did when they were in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. You don't. You say, I can't command that, and I'm okay with that. So that's what I'm saying. You just moved right on. The wall never got because you accepted it. To me, the wall is when you don't accept your age, your value, and you still think mentally you are, or physically you are who you were. And you won't accept anything different.
Yeah, I don't think acceptance has anything to do with the wall, brother, because Stella Got a Groove was a bunch of women that hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? Sugar daddies in these third world countries are men who realize, the older ones anyway, are men who realize that they hit the wall back in America. So what they're doing is they're trying to prolong crashing into that wall. But let's keep it 100. Even in other countries outside of America, like if you look at the Passport Bros in Pattaya or wherever, they're not getting the same looks that the young dudes.
Hey! Now hold on. Now talk about the Passport Bros. We're doing good in that.
No, I'm not even throwing shots at the Passport Bros. Let's say rewind. Take that word out of it, right? Younger brothers that are traveling for dating, right? Mm-hmm. They are cleaning up to a point where they're knocking the older dudes out the box because the young chicks are looking for the young guys that they can relate to. That a lot of them are not looking for dudes that are old enough to be their father. You look at what's going on now. I don't want to call it an internal war with travel guys, but the young dudes is not respecting the old dudes gangster no more. They come and they smashing everything now.
You know what?
And even the straps for the old dudes.
There's some credence to that because in Pattaya, you do have like this little tension between the older men and the younger guys for sure, white and black. Like that's definitely true.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Hold on, guys, real quick. I got 2 super chats I got to read real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. T Mac with a $4.99 super chat says, "BMT, you are called that because you know the wall is in the USA. You are playing devil's advocate because the USA is the outlier for most of the world." Shout out to my man T Mac in the building. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Sean C2K with a $5 super chat, man. I also appreciate that. Al Pacino is over 80 years old with a 30-something-year-old girlfriend he has a child with. Resources, men don't hit the wall. All right. Shout out to my man Sean. All right, go ahead, Ronan.
Let me say this, Ronan, real quick, and then I'll let you go. You are in DR, and when I was in the dating world, the girls that were out there, and I would ask them because I was a little bit older, and I would ask, well, why aren't you dating someone your age? And they would always say, I want stability. Those guys, they out there playing, they just want to smash. They're not trying to settle down. I want stability. So that's what they seek. The women there are seeking stability. That's why they go with an older guy.
Hey, man, ahead, keep that on the hush, man. We're talking about DR. We ain't talking about me right here, man. We're talking about these guys that here in America right now. Go ahead, Ronan.
I mean, to add to that, like I said, older men shouldn't be in a club. You're in denial if you're in a club. Older men move a different way. We change our hunting ground. As men, we hunt. Okay. Now, once you know you're at a certain level, you're not going to hunt in the same hunting ground as somebody that's younger than you, that's not at your level. Okay. You're going to congregate where people that are like-minded and at a certain level. Like I said, as an older man, if you're still trying to keep up with young bucks, of course you look shameful in that club. You don't belong.
Well, hold on. I don't know if y'all remember, but DC Born Rob challenged Austin Holloman to like a dating contest or a macking contest. DC Born Rob is like in his 60s. Shout out my man DC Born Rob, by the way. And Austin, he's younger guy, 20 something. So
right, okay, and that's fair enough. But I mean, where's the hunting ground at? What are they going to use as a parameter of who's winning? You get what I'm saying? Obviously, an older man
go-go clubs.
You can't say. An older man can walk up to somebody just in a regular restaurant and a convenience store and pick her up. He doesn't need to be in that club environment.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. Like you can never count older men out, man. You would think that, like, even when I was a younger guy, and I'd be talking to girls and they got older guys around, I'd be like, oh, she ain't messing with that dude. She just, using him or something. Exactly. But then you find out, like, you know what I'm saying? Buddy knocking her down. You know what I'm saying? Old Leroy knocking little shorty walls out. So
I understand that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're not competing with younger men. We already know where our lane is. Why? Through experience. Okay. Experience has taught us where we need to be at. Experience has taught us that, the type of woman that you pull out of a club, because we're not looking for quantity. We're looking for quality. And you don't find quality women in those clubs. So why, as an older man, would I waste my time being in a club? I wouldn't.
Okay.
Let me let you know. I would not be in a club looking for a woman. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, brothers. I think what the question is, do men hit the wall? And I think we've all demonstrated in different ways that we absolutely do. But I think the thing is that men respect the wall and a lot of other people or women may not, but that's not the question. Once you see the wall approaching, then you're slowing down, you know what I'm saying? Trying to skirt away from the wall, but you eventually hit it. And so what do? You change the way you hunt. Before the wall approach, you were hunting in the bush. Now we're paying to go on game reserves, or not even game reserves. Now we're paying to go on hunting tours when they can set it up so that we can get easy prey, i.e. pay for play. So it's quite obvious that a young man with money trumps an old man with money. Like, let's keep it 100. A woman ain't really trying to give you the sloppy if she's looking at a bush full of white hair. You know what I'm saying? They much rather have some young dude that they have stuff socially in common with, to talk to and be with and show off. You think it's not embarrassing for some of these younger women, if there's no money involved, to be walking around with a guy that looks like their father? You go in Pattaya, you go in some of these cities, you see old dudes and you know they paying because they've changed how they operate. And that is just them operating post-wall. That's it.
Mm-hmm. CC says, who will pull more baddies, Michael B. Jordan or Bob Johnson? That's a good point.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan all day. No
That's
Diddy.
a good point. That's a good point. No Diddy. Come on, run it. Ronan, you on the ropes now, brother. Y'all on the ropes. Y'all got quiet. Come on, you gonna let me and that Meezy put y'all on the ropes, man?
Don't hype it up too much now. Look at the chat. The chat is telling you now they don't agree.
The chat's always split though. Hold on. Men get better with age. Shout out my man WM Mufasa. Men, we understand it's a certain, yes, we get more valuable as we age. We're the most valuable pieces of a community is the older men in general.
Would you assume that you hit the wall if you have more value. That's a
but Rona, we talking about the wall as far as just the dating world, the dating option. That's the wall. We're not talking about nothing else but the dating. We're not talking about the values or
I would
your
rather
money.
have one good quality woman than a whole bunch of sloppies.
That's the wall, though. That's the wall. That's the wall. Your options are limited now.
Listen, that's being better selective due to experience. That's not a wall.
That's the wall, bro.
And you got to compare.
They don't want to recognize the wall.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. We are men. We want to smash every pretty female that walk by. When you get too old, you can't. You got to switch it up because you know that's just not what you're there for no more.
Story about the two bulls on the hill.
Oh shit! Here we go. Go ahead. What's the story? What's the story, bro?
Okay,
go ahead.
Stories.
I'm gonna put you on the big screen now. I'm gonna put you on the big screen. Go ahead.
The young bull pulls up on the hill and yells at his dad, "Hey, Dad, let's run down the hill and fuck a couple of those cows." Right? Daddy bull looks down the hill and looks at his son. No, son, let's walk down the hill and fuck them all. There's a certain process where you move. Huh?
Okay. I said we ain't heard that story before, but go ahead.
It's a certain process in the way you move. You can still get that quality woman. You just move differently.
No, we're not. We're not saying you cannot get the quality woman. We all know that guys are getting beautiful women well into their 50s and 60s. That's not the question. We're saying that once your options are limited as an older man, right? You're not the same. You're not the same bull or the same line. Ronan, even animals hit the wall, bro. Like even the Lion King hits the wall. The young lions come and do what? They kill off the old lion, right? That's just the way it is. That's just the ways of the world, bro. We're not gonna always be in our prime. Every creature has a prime. Every creature has a prime, bro.
But the prime, you keep saying, I don't think the prime is the wall. As a man gets older, his value will increase as long as he can continue to make money. The woman's value will decrease if her beauty goes down. So that man, as long as he has wealth, he never hit the wall because he can still command at 50 what he could younger, 60. I mean, every star that makes money tells you is explaining that if he continues to prosper in his wealth, he never hits anything because he can command the same thing and probably even more.
I don't know. Now, help me out here, man.
I think what that is a man moving from playing fair in the dating game as it relates to his age and his looks versus a man using his money as a crutch. That is confirmation that he's hit the wall. So now he's pulling his money out and he's standing on stacks of money to climb over the wall. See what I'm saying? Like, if any 60-year-old man tries to compete with a young man like Austin in a club, they're going to get washed. And the fact that he said that is really him just trying to say, I could do it. Yeah, look, I work out. I could look at my muscles. Like, come on, son. Those are wall talking points. That's him trying to say, I haven't hit the wall. And it's cool to hit the wall because at a certain point, you should be looking at different things. You shouldn't really be trying to compete with the young dudes.
Facts.
Like sometimes I go to spots, I'm like, I have nothing in common. When I say spots, even my gym, you know, after we finish training, the conversation that they're talking about while we're packing up to leave, I really have no interest in, because I'm from I'm not supposed to be with them. And naturally, it's a natural thing. The wall is natural, because once Mother Nature starts to exclude you based on your looks from, let's call it, the cream of the crop, it's for a purpose. Because you're not supposed to be humping around with younger chicks, because let's say you procreate, you're going to be too old to be helping raise these babies. You'll be too old to be throwing balls and running around on the beach with your kid. It's just natural, and it's okay. Money, all of that has nothing to do whether the wall exists or not. It absolutely exists. Pay for play is people trying to avoid the obvious, and they know that these women wouldn't be with them if it wasn't for bread. You know how many young dudes how many young dudes that these working girls are going home to and giving your old money to? These dudes is getting it off the strength of the strong back.
Got a good point.
But the difference is, I would, as a man, if I'm in my 40s and Austin is in his 20s, I'm not competing with him the same way. That would be stupid on my part. I don't care if you in the NFL and you're going against a young dude, you use your experience and cunning. You don't use your athleticism. So I'm never going to compete on him on his looks and his youth, because of course he's going to win, but he's never going to compete on me with my experience and my wealth. That's where I'm going to win. It's just like a woman that goes to the club in her 40s and she still thinks she can compete with the 20-year-old. That's not going to happen. Her beauty has faded. As a guy, we compete on a different level and a different status as we get older. That's not hitting the wall. That's just us getting experience on using what we have to the best of our advantage to gain what we can gain.
Right.
Well, I think in your 40s, 40s and 20s, you can still technically be, highly attractive to a younger woman.
You still trying to think you're young?
No. I mean, I'm gonna do me regardless. I'm gonna date mother 20-year-old chicks. I mean, I'm just gonna do me. I'm overseas, so I'm a different story. But 40s and 20s, that's kind of like you can still be sexually attractive to a younger woman, because 40s, early 50s, that's kind of like still in that age range where you can technically be still attractive, because a lot of women are looking for the father figures, especially overseas, like older guys and stuff like that. But I want to catch this comment real quick. Once your prostate is big and you use the washroom often, you hit the wall. I don't know about that, brother. I don't know about that one. You talking about checking prostates? You gotta say no diddy with that one, brother.
To add what Magnesia said, after you're past 26, he even brought up the same point I made, which was once you get older, you would feel indifferent being in the same circles in the same areas as a younger man. You don't belong. You're out of sorts in that area. So of course, in that area where you shouldn't be, that young man should be excelling. But you put that young man in an environment where older men move, where women of some standing and they're looking for somebody that's more established, that has the resources they're looking for in order to settle down with, that young man is going to be out of sorts.
Okay.
Because he will not know how to move in those areas.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. All right. So are you and Fearless basically saying that at no age do men hit the wall at all? Is that what y'all saying? Or are you saying, okay, there is some type of age, maybe 60 plus or something?
Listen, I've seen dudes with no arms, no legs. I've seen guys that have gone through incredible circumstances as men. I'm talking as men. Mm-hmm. You overcome all those issues.
Can you overcome aging though?
Absolutely.
Come on.
I mean, come on, man.
Come on.
You just
by the time is by the time, brother. By the time is by the time.
You just brought up Al Pacino and so many others. Again, men will always win with the resources and access to the different environments that they give based on their experience and their standing.
Are men options a little bit more limited as they age?
It depends on the man at that point.
I believe they're 100% limited. Okay, like I said, when you start picking gray hairs out your mustache, that means you hit the wall. Unless you wear your wealth on your sleeve, these chicks are not checking for you. You gotta hop out the whip. You gotta have the rollie on. You gotta wear it like, look, pick me. I'll trick on you once you get to a certain age. But the young dudes don't have to do that. They pulling them off the strength of the 6-pack and the drip. When you try to wear first of all, you probably can't get a 6-pack, and no disrespect to anyone on here, because I can't get one now anyway. I probably can't, but we can't get the 6-pack, and we shouldn't be wearing the same drip as the young dudes are getting. They're just in a different space. It's a pre-wall space where it's sex everywhere. Y'all know how it was when we was 25, 26, 27? I walk into the gym, I'm smashing anything that looking at me. Now you walk to the gym and it's like you're invisible. I saw a street interview. You know those annoying people that run up to people and say, "Oh, how does it feel when you get $1 million?" They ask people in New York City, "What is your biggest regret about getting old?" One guy said, "You become invisible. You see the world like you saw it your whole life, yet the world sees you as an old man and less worthy." That shit hit different because I thought about it. I look at everything like, yo, I'm this, I'm that, but people's looking at me like I'm old. I remember I was 40 years old on Madison and 57th Street. Some UPS dude cut me off with like this trolley. And I'm like, yo, watch where you going. Younger white dude. He was like, "Shut up, grandpa." I'm like, what? I was only 40. I'm like, I'll beat the crap out this dude, right? But he saw me as what I was, which was an older guy that probably under normal circumstances couldn't deal with him physically. It's just a reality. These younger women are seeing you as that as well. They're looking at you now instead of a boyfriend. They're looking at you as a paycheck. All right, that guy is established. That guy probably has a career. He's to a point in life where he should be financially stable. Got him. Meanwhile, they're looking at the young dudes like, I want to talk to him. I'm attracted to him. He's probably what I'm looking for in bed. All right. So I can sleep with him and get the money from the old guy. Sugar daddies. Holla.
That's a good point.
I don't see that, man. When I see it, I guess we still got to define what the wall is, because as a man, you can still to me the wall is still when a woman or a man does not accept who they are and they think they can command what they did. You've just told me, Nakeezy, that you don't command what you think you can do, so you're not delusional. The Vivica Foxes and Ebony Williams are delusional because they still think they can command what they got when they were younger. Men, we don't do that. We accept our age. We accept that. And so we just keep prospering. And then we judge people differently. A woman isn't judged the same way a man is. A woman is more judged on her physical appearance. That's guys, we can be unattractive, older, and still gain women.
So let me add to that real quick. Sitting here taking notes because I'm old. Okay.
You hit the wall, you old, you need to know.
Hey, I'm old enough to understand if I have a thought and I don't want to interrupt, I need to write it down. Okay. So let's take away. So we're not talking about dating. We're just talking about men hitting a wall. What's the standard for hitting a wall for a woman? It's her reproduction. Her ability in order to reproduce is when she hits a wall. A man's objective in life is protector, provider, conqueror, He's going out and always challenging himself. So that's a large wall to try to not hit. Okay, but let's break it down. Let's break it down to the woman's desire. A woman's desire is obviously hypergamy. She wants to marry the best option. Okay. When does the man have his best options? When he's at his highest value. When is a man at his highest value? When he's in his 40s and 50s and possibly 60s. So we're still contradicting ourselves on where this wall is for men. Because when a woman is looking at her hypergamist type of attitude and what she's looking for and what she won't settle for, still ultimately the men's in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are still going to be winning. When they're done doing all the fuck buddy shit and using all the F boys, the young guys in the clubs, when they go to want to settle down, who are they looking at? And who are we knocking off and saying, nah, we ain't going to deal with you? Because again, we're now looking for quality because we already been through the fuckboy area. And we know all those chicks that are coming at us have gone through that too. Now they're looking to settle down.
Can I respond to my dear brother Ronan?
Go ahead, bro.
You know, it's a cold day in hell when BMT and I agree. So we might as well.
Boy, you telling me?
Put on our,
you
we might
telling
as well
me?
put on our jackets. You know what I'm saying? Because I think BMT and I have proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that the wall exists, and the brother Ronan just confirmed that the wall exists, except we deal with it in different ways. So we already won this. The wall absolutely exists. Some people accept it, some people don't, but it is there. 100% the wall exists for men. You can use just for men. You can get fake abs. You can get a BBL. You can get all of that.
See that?
But you still hit the wall. And actually, at that point, you look sad trying to compete with young dudes. Let them young dudes do what they do, man.
Gray beard to brown beard. There you go. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Hey, you know, speaking of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and
real quick, BMT. Let's put out a poll, man. You know how to set up a poll? Let's ask.
No,
let's
I
ask
actually
that,
don't
man.
know how to set up a poll. How do you set up a poll in here? Hold on.
If you don't, then let's just ask the chat, man.
Yeah, where's the poll?
Let's ask some women. Bring some women up here.
Yeah, that's what we need. We really need women because guys.
Do we have women in the room?
I don't think we got any women in here, you know. But I will drop a link if a female. You know, I got them female haters. They might be in here. Who knows? Got a couple of haters in here.
You know, I think we both positioned our points. I mean, and I think we're just
y'all got washed.
Hey, listen. Every guy has that moment, whether it be 30s, 40s, but every guy has that moment. And I'm gonna piggyback off of Nak's story. I remember I was in Target. I was in the parking lot. I saw this young lady looking over at me. So, you know, I had to, you know, I'm from Atlanta. I had to go approach her and see what was up. And I'm talking to her. I'm just laying down my, you know, my usual little game, you know, my little 1-2. And she's like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just turned 40 like a couple of months ago. And she's like, oh, wow. Oh, you're a little too old for me. I'm like, well, how old are you? She's like, I'm like 26. And that's when I was like, damn. I said, wow, you know what? That was my realization. You know what I'm saying? I went to Walmart, got me some beard dye, bought some skinny jeans. I was like, man, hell with this. I gotta pull back. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta
pause.
You know. No. So, hey man, you know, that's what it is. Somebody say, BMT, you losing it, bro? No, I think we won this one. I think we got him on the ropes. This one.
If Agneezy, if he can just. For me, so I have a better understanding. How are you defining the wall? Because when I looked it up, it says something completely different. So maybe our definitions are.
Yeah, let me look it up. Let me pull up ChatGPT my damn self. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a poll. Go ahead, Nat. I'm gonna do a poll too.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I asked what context are we using wall in? If it's in terms of dating, the wall for me is when you're not the most desired in the dating pool, and that comes with age for a man. When we say, oh well, we get money and you know 50 years old, that's what you're supposed to be doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional into thinking that when I walk into a place where Mother Nature says whose hormones are running wild and whose hormones are on freeze, that I'm not going to get the same looks unless I wear my wealth on my sleeve. That's the realization that I'm talking about. That's the wall. And it's cool to have a wall. The wall will keep you alive. You know what I'm saying? That's why we pay less in insurance, in terms of like auto insurance, than we would pay when we were younger.
That's a good
We
point.
pay less now because we're supposed to be wiser. Being wise and being old is not what is going to get you looks in the dating pool. And I'm going to land with this. Let's stop using the money thing, because there's some young dudes listening right now that's getting money. Young money hit different than old money nowadays, and a lot of girls know it. A lot of women know. So we may have the old money, right? Or not even old money in the terms of what real old money is. But now these dudes can get on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook at the same time, smash your egg on their head, do a backflip and fart, and make more money based on views than we would make in a longer time than that. Young money is hitting in the way that women know, and it's hitting fast. No diddy.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a whole new world out there with all these, content creation, YouTubers, influencers, scammers. It's a whole different economy out there. I want to give a shout out to my man Backpack Val with the $20 super chat. He says, "Saludos. Do my eyes deceive me? Knack and BMT in harmony." Man, I can't believe it either, brother. He said, "I effing love this. It's always a way better when bros with different opinions can go on a panel and make their case. Recipe for great discourse. Salute to all. Salute to you, Backpack Val. I really appreciate that $20 super chat, my brother. We got to link up, do a show very soon." Yeah, hey, shocking to me too. I never ever thought I agree with Nat Measy on anything. But hey,
Facts.
it
Well,
is what
we're
it
not
is.
arguing over BS. We can probably see eye to eye on a lot of things, But look, the wall is calling me back to my bed.
All right, man. We about to end up closing up the show too. But appreciate you coming on, Nat.
All right, brother. Peace.
Yo, salute, bro.
Salute.
All right, salute.
Always a pleasure, brother. All right, we got tools. Hold on, what was
the question? Pose the
question. Guys, do men hit the wall? 1 yes, 2 no.
Let's
okay?
go, man. Y'all like this
Trey,
chat up, man.
Trey says 2.
Like this chat up real quick. Let me see these tools.
The wall in there that I got off of.
You put it in the comment?
Yeah, I'll put it again if you need to go. Don't need to.
All right.
Further.
So, guys, do men hit the wall? Yes, 1, 2, no. We got Travel Day. He says 1. Des Mitt says 1. All right.
These tools, bro. Come on, man. Be realistic. Y'all know.
Joseph says 2. Byron says 2. Charles says 2. Good old Fab says 1, 1.5. Come on, bro. You always got to be an outlier, right? CC says 1. Chad the Great says it's split, bro. Chad the Great says 2. The Black Cleaner says 1. Mustafa says 2. Cornball Brother says says 1.
Our boy Austin is in the room too. You using him as a comparison? He's in the room. He even said it depends on what you consider
1. Hold on. Phyllis says 2. Nat Measy says 1. Truth Theory Knowledge says 2. It's split. Okay, we got a lot of 2s coming up now, though. The 2s are pushing in. Megatron says 2. Dollar Wheel says 2. Maurice says 2. Ronan, of course, says 2. Chatter Great says 2. T-Mac says 2. God damn. Sean CK says 2. Curtis Faster says 2.
Austin said.
Oh, damn. Austin says, depends on what the hell is for men. I came in late. Austin, you want to pull up? You're welcome to pull up, bro. I'll drop a link in the chat. But Austin Osman says, depends on what the wall is for men. I came in late. Sean CK says 2. Curtis Flower 2. Joseph Flag says 2. Cornball, then you just said 2 a minute ago. Now you saying 1. All right, Yanni's Journey says 2. We got any females in the chat? I would love to see hear a female's perspective on this. All right, Crypto Bro says 2. Mr. Driver says 2 men who give up hit the wall. I think you said that, Fearless, the guys that give up. I mean, the 2s have it. I'm just going to be honest with you. The 2s have it in the chat. The 2s got it.
And I'm going to put it in right now again. This is what the definition of the wall says. It's used as a woman, but says she has reached a point in her dating life where it's become extremely difficult for her to find the kind of man she wants to settle down with. That last part,
does
she
not
wants
apply to a
settle
man.
down with, is the issue. A man, the reason I say he didn't hit the wall, because he can always find a woman he'll settle down with. The woman has such high standards, like Ebony Williams says, I'm at this age and I'm not settling down with any man. She hit the wall. A guy says he can be 60. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I settle down. For instance, with you said you went to Target and that 26-year-old said she wasn't down.
Mm-hmm.
You like, okay. You ain't just say I'm only going to date 26-year-olds.
Right.
You're going to say I date 36-year-olds.
I think I was out the country the next 2-3 months. I was out of there.
And how many 26-year-olds were you dating at that point once you left?
20, quite a few. 26.
So that
23.
one does not make the overall spectrum on what women will settle for or what they look at when they think or see a successful man. Yes, they want that young boy. Yes, they want a wealthy young man. What are the statistics on how wealthy young men become at a younger age? It might be getting a little higher because of technology,
Facts.
but it's still far off of what an older man took his time from his 20s, 30s, and 40s to get to where he's well established and that woman can respect him. A lot of young guys might get the attention, but they're not getting the respect from those same younger women, because what can he teach them? A woman also looks to be taught something. They want to be able to respect that man and know that he has knowledge above and beyond what they have. A younger man.
This is a woman. She just said 2.
Thank you.
Okay. Diana says 2. Hey, I know my older guys might remember this. Do y'all remember that episode of Good Times where Thelma was dating Lou Gossip? And Thelma was like, Thelma was like 16, 17. Lou Gossip was 40. Y'all remember that shit?
Missed that one.
Oh, no, yeah. You remember that, Phyllis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the result? What was the end result?
I think the family ended up liking it because Thelma was like, hey, he got his stuff together. He this, he that, Even on the Cosby Show, it was the guy 30. And one of the daughters, Vanessa, she was like 18, a freshman in college, dating a 30-year-old. So, but we know the community we come from. We know sisters like older men. That's just
who just pulled up in the dark screen. I can't see.
Yeah, it was Chad. Great.
Oh, okay.
What up, Chad?
What's going on, man?
Man, do men hit the wall? What's up? Let's get right to it.
No, man.
What? Come on. All right, go ahead. Your explanation, brother.
So I work in nightlife and concierge, and I see everybody coming in Miami that has money, man. Most of the people that have money, and it's usually with all the quality looking females, it's dudes over 40, man. So I understand what you guys are saying, but the wall is based on basically, I just looked it up. The definition is what you're bringing to the market is no longer desirable to most people. You're never going to separate a man and his money, because that's what females are looking for: money and protection and provision. And a female's main agent to the market is beauty, sex, and being able to bring a child into the world. So she has a specific time limit, and a man really doesn't. So I understand what you guys are saying. Hey, a guy might be overweight, so on and so forth, or whatever. But a man can overcome being out of shape and not good looking by compensating with provision and protection. Looks have never been the main component women have looked for in a man. That's a female lens, where a male lens, where her main agent that a man is looking for is her beauty first. It's never a man's main agent that a female is looking for. Whether basically when she's looking for a man is, hey, how does he look or whatever. It's always, hey, can he take care of me? Can he support me? Can he provide and protect for me? And then it gets to, hey, is he in shape? How does he dress, so on and so forth? Because those things are always, you can always change those things. A female's beauty, you can't really change unless you really go put your life on the line and get surgery. So all I'm saying is, a man is always going to have all these options, especially the older you get and the more money you get. And then also, I'm not sure if you looked it up. I think Forbes or CNBC did it a few years ago. The average age of a millionaire in America was 59, and then it dropped to 57. So there might be a few little young boys out here that have money, so on and so forth, from YouTube and content creation, but that's a small portion compared to the majority of the men that have money, which are older, and majority of them are over 45.
That's
so
facts.
Females are always going to look for a man that has resources. It's cool that these girls want to mess around with young boys, but eventually, once they hit that 27 going on 30 mark or whatever, they really want to settle down. And men don't have those resources until the back end of 30, going to the 40s and 50s.
That's a good
Hey,
point.
I like what Austin just said. He just said something about when he's traveling, he sees older women and older men.
Okay, hold on real quick. I want to give y'all a picture. Hold on. Pull up.
Oh, here he goes. It's going to be some extreme picture. I already know what you're trying to do to set up.
Hold on, here we go. No, it's actually on y'all side. I just want to pull up that was Lou Gossip with Thelma. Lou Gossip character was 42 years old. Thelma was like 17, and he was engaged. He was trying to. I think he had proposed to Thelma. So there you go. Maybe men don't hit the wall, but Lou Gossip got the George Jefferson going. All right, he's my age. Isn't that something?
Yeah. One more point. People don't realize men always start at ground zero. Women start above ground. So it's kind of hard. I mean, a man can always get back on ground basically on based on however much money he makes, so on and so forth. He can always go up and down or whatever. But if a female starts in the sky and she falls, that's kind of her wall right there. A man already knows he already has a floor or whatever. A lot of females don't know they have a floor. So I think that's what Fearless is talking about or whatever. Men know they have a floor and what they can get. Women think that their floor is their ceiling. So that's the main problem that I think everyone is kind of like missing or not trying to see what Fearless is trying to say. So that's why he's talking about females are missing a wall, that they think that their floor is the ceiling, but men already know they have a floor. So that's why it's kind of easier for men to interpret it and see that, hey, even though I do have a floor or whatever, I can still attain something. A lot of females, especially because I work in nightlife, a lot of females are late 30s, 40s that's been ran through, so on and so forth, especially by like athletes or dope boys, so on and so forth. They still think they're in that category. They're trying to compete with a lot of younger girls. I forgot who said it, but basically, he said an older man sees himself in younger men, and older chicks see competition in younger women.
Facts, super facts. That's the most factual thing. You know, I have like a female, somewhat of a best friend, even though but I have a female friend, and I noticed that as she got older, she would be super jealous of the younger females that was around in our circle. Whereas when I see a younger guy, I'm trying to give him some information. I'm not even thinking of competing with him, you know, on that type of level, because I know it's plenty of women out here. Like, it's way more women to men no matter where we go. But I want to point out this by Austin. Austin Holloman's in the building. He says, even in other countries, the most attractive women are with older dudes. Now, keep in mind, it's a different story overseas, family. It's totally different story. Totally different story. Hold on, Ronald, one second. Okay. LJ, the Southern Vegan, with the $4.99 super chat says, men are born on the wall. We must work or earn, achieve our value over time. Women are born with their value. They have to keep it. Good point, LJ, the Southern Vegan. Got a good point there. I haven't seen my man in a minute. At your wife's house all day with a $2 super chat. I really appreciate that.
Name.
Says, salute BMT, Fearless, Ronan, and all the Passport Bro app gang. Shout out to the app, man. Everybody on the app. A man with his life and finance together can hit something that was never really there. Example, Leo and Pacino, 100. Only ratchets and 304s hit the walls. So he's agreeing with you guys, Ronan and Fearless. And I appreciate the super chat. Shout out to the Passport Bro app gang. All right.
Can I ask Chad?
Let me read this real quick. It's from my girlfriend, because we're sitting here on this podcast, and I said, hey, we're talking about why younger women will date older men. So I asked her, So here's the question I asked her. So I asked you, why do you like me as an older man versus a younger one? Okay. Her solution and her answer to this is, if you're a mature man and you know what you want in life, that's what's attractive about an older man. If you're immature running the streets with low funds, then older men just want to talk or take advantage of you. So they're basically saying older men will take advantage of younger women. That's what she's saying. Because you are men, not guys, meaning little boys, then you have grown up and realized women respond better to respect. They understand feelings better than guys or young men and are still in the process of growing up. More experienced, mature, sure of themselves, and with no need to prove anything to anybody. That's what an older man is. And that's what she recognizes. She's Filipino, so forgive the broken English. But the point is what exactly what we're saying. You know, younger women look for respect. They look for being able to be treated well. They know we're established. They want to be taught something. They don't want to be dating somebody their age that don't know shit. And they're smarter than, because a lot of women develop mentally a hell of a lot faster than men.
They do.
Okay. So she's telling me right now that's the way it is. And that's why she respects me more so, because she would rather deal with somebody that's older and mature that can teach her something versus dealing with a younger man she can't trust, is going to wind up running out here not appreciating who she is and just sleeping with the next thing running.
Good point. Shout out to my man, John Davis, 2 hour super chat says, old dudes lost, y'all paying for it. Young ninjas is winning. Shout out to John Davis, 2 hour super chat.
Where my wallet at? Hey, can I ask? I just want Chad the Great to say one thing, man, because you defined something in a way that I had not heard it. You were saying that it's what you bring to the market. Can you say that one more time? I think that was the best definition of the wall.
Basically, it's what your agency, whatever you bring to the market. A woman's main vehicle or agency to the market is her beauty, sex, and being able to have a child. And a man's main agency to the market is provision and protection. So a man's provision and protection only grows the older he gets because he attains more. A woman's, they start gynecologic pregnancy or something like that. Starting at around like 30, 35 or whatever. So eventually that her wall only goes, her SMV or sexual marketplace value only goes down because she's more prone to have something happen to her. She's trying to have a child later in life or whatever, and beauty only gets old. I mean, you don't get younger the older you get.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a hard stop to women, where men, there's no hard stop. If you can keep provision, if you can still bring that to the marketplace, there is no stop for you.
Yeah, and then also, a lot of dudes, a lot of guys don't know, or a lot of females also, there's complications with them having children later in life, especially late 30s. My sister, she had a child at 38, and she has feet and back problems now. You're not really gonna hear that from a man. Al Pacino or Robert De Niro just had a child at freaking 80 years old, or freaking Celine Dion's husband married her when he was like 67, man, and they had a child. So a man can have a child for until he's pretty much ready to call ready to take a dirt nap. So
you know what, Phyllis, you might, and that's a good point, Chad. But Phyllis, you might have proved my point. You might have proved my point. You said women have a hard walk. Granted, it's like a 5. I would say it depends on how she take care of herself. But we know women hit the wall quick. I mean, we all got women that we was in high school with. You look at them now, you like, damn, like what happened? Right? But you said men have a wall, but it's just more graceful, right? I can swear you said
we never hit that wall.
I can swear you said it's graceful, right?
Don't try to use those words like graceful.
Yeah,
that's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said. What?
A man doesn't hit the wall because his resources increase. So because that's what he brings to the marketplace.
So you didn't say he arrives at the wall much slower, because that's what I'm saying. I think we have a wall. I think we just get there slower. Gracefully. We hit the wall gracefully.
Stop it.
I think a good analogy is
Hold on real quick. Chad Gray, hold on. Let me catch super chats. I don't want to get behind my super chat. Scott Cook with a $10 super chat says, keep traveling, bros. I'm off to Portugal tomorrow. The travel doc. Shout out to you, man. And enjoy Portugal, man. I might be pulling up in Portugal sometime this year. All right. Pablo Frescobar. Oh, it's my man right here. Shout out to you with a $5 super chat. I would never go back to 25 years old. Exactly. I have way better options with more beautiful women than when I was 25, not even close. Shout out to my man Pablo Frescobar. I see you, brother. I'll be seeing you out in Colombia doing your thing with the beautiful women. Trust me, I know. So shout out to you. Oh, I got
Naughty expat American hit it right on the nose. Once you call a woman ma'am, she low key already is an old bird.
I guess you could say that. Austin says women mature a lot slower than men. Correct. Women mature a lot slower than men. Well, women mature fast and then they slow up. I think as far as they mature as far as, adulthood. They hit adulthood mentally faster than young guys for sure. Somebody said women have Antarctica is the wall. Shout out to Naughty American aspect. Once you call a woman a ma'am, you low-key call her an old bird. All right?
Exactly.
Password Bro says, Austin Holloman, that's not true. Women mature faster than men. They do.
When you say sir to a man, that's called respect. It's not dating him. It's called respect when you say sir.
We got 180 in the room, man. We got a lot in the room, man. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. All right. Well, I mean, apparently the guys agree with you guys. I mean, the twos definitely overran. I think there are walls on both sides. Personally, I think women hit it first. I think men have a wall. We just like fearless. Well, you say you didn't say this. I thought you said this. We gradually, gracefully head towards the wall. But our wall is different. Can we agree that? Well, first of all, y'all don't even want to say that's a wall.
No.
All right. Y'all don't even want to admit that it's a wall. Nobody on the panel want to admit that it's a wall for a man.
A wall to a man. No.
So a man could be 75 years old and there is no wall.
Still getting it, earning money, leaving a legacy for his kids, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren, because he done built it up like that. Still protecting and providing.
All right. I'm going to be different. I'm going to concede to that point. A man hits the wall if he still believes, no matter what age he is, that he can still get what he got when he was younger. If I still think I can get that same woman, and I don't have any resources, and I think I'm still that same person, and I'm dressed in, in jerseys, and I can do that, and mentally, I'm stuck where I'm like, I ain't getting married unless she's 20, and I'm 80 years old. I have hit the wall.
Now, I will admit, it's a guy in the Passport Bros group, and I think he's definitely in his 70s. And I think he's down in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. And he has a beautiful, 30-year-old woman that he's either dating or engaged or married to. And they be out and about. They be doing their thing. So there might be some truth to that. All right. I want to keep the panel with 4 guys. Chad, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I'm going to drop you off and bring somebody else on if that's okay with you.
All good.
Okay, appreciate you. All right. Coming to the stage, we got my man Love Crossing Borders in the building.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, gentlemen.
You about to get shut down, BMP. It's over. It's over.
He know it's done.
It's
I don't know why
over.
he want to sit up here. Gradual walls. We walk to the wall. We stumble. We crawl to the wall.
All these
gracefully.
When we sitting up here watching Robert De Niro and have a fresh child, we're sitting up here watching Al Pacino just have another baby. These men are in their 70s. So a part of a man not necessarily hitting a wall. See, we're not looked up on physically as much as women when it comes to the pseudo wall. As long as you economically take care of yourself, physically you're taking care of yourself, and you can still get it up and throw those seeds out there when need to be. Men don't have a wall. Most men can still get a woman impregnated at any age, as these guys have proven. Also, if you're in the economic position and you have the right personality that has a little bit of youthfulness about it, you can be a Hugh Hefner. There's a lot of Hugh Hefners out there. I heard you talked about Hugh out there earlier. I'm a Hugh Hefner. There are those of us that know when we get older, we have the Benjamin Button going on. We know that we're going to be just like Sylvester Stallone, still have that energy in our 70s. We know we're going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, still have energy in our 70s, in our 80s. We already know we're going to be like Morgan Freeman, still breaking backs in. So our job is, since we already know that about ourselves, just to keep our monies up, and there is no wall to be discussed. We're talking about Steve Harvey, who's on his way to his 70s. And this brother does not carry himself in a way like I need a crutcher or a wheelchair or like I'm somebody's paw. That's that, that's that mentality that we try to, comparative shop to guys that didn't take care of themselves as they were growing older. But for many of us, especially in the Passport Bro movement, we know since we like women of a certain age or at least a certain character, we know that we have to take care of ourselves. Therefore, there is no wall to be hit. Now, does being elderly hit everybody? There's a difference. I heard you talk about this a little bit earlier, BMT, about we're all gonna get old. That's being old. We all know we're gonna hit a stage in life that your body just said, okay, it's time to go home. So we know that part. But we're talking about when we normally talking about the wall. Come on, BMT. We know that we're talking about individuals that are in their women that's 35 and over, or because it can't be men. So we're talking about women that are 35 over, women that are in their 50s, maybe to 55. Because we don't even talk about wall with women at 55 and over, because we automatically know that their dating pool is smaller. So we don't talk about women in their 60s. But the wall conversation usually happens, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, usually for a woman that's over 35 to about 55, that's that wall conversation, because they think they still can accomplish what they did when they were younger, and the reality hits them. That's what the wall is. The reality hits them. To whereas now let's talk about a man between 35 and 55. That is some of your best years of economic accomplishments. Sometimes the best time we took care of our bodies going to the gym. Some of us took care of our bodies better in our 40s than we did in our 20s. And so if we're talking about men in that window, that same window, no matter what country, of 35 to 55, I would say technically there is no wall that most men hit, because we know as long as we got our money taken care of our health, and have a good personality, mindset, peace of mind, the mental part and spiritual part about ourselves, there is no wall to be seen. I've passed up that stage of being go ahead, BMT.
Okay. Also, Holloman says, I yet to see a young woman that wants to be taught shit, even when they get with older dude, they still haven't learned shit. Shout out my man. Austin, I got a $5 super chat.
Sorry, go ahead.
The Black Cleaner Restorer with a $5 super chat once again says, you touched on the provision, but you are missing the protection part. Go ahead. What was you gonna say, Ronan?
And again, at 26, I wouldn't expect Austin to find a woman
I wouldn't either.
that
I
would
thought that too.
want him to be want to be educated by him, is what I'm saying. Most women, when they're looking to be taught something, are looking to be taught and instilled that by somebody with greater experience than 26 years old. So right with what Andre was saying, Andre will tell you, just like I told you, we're all in our 50s plus. Andre, do you go into the hunting grounds where the young guys go, or do you go somewhere else where you're more respected and you're looking for a better quality woman if you were out there like that now?
Yeah, I'm going to a place with better quality women. I'm not going to the hip hop barbershop type of spots anyway, even if I was in the States, because my money deserves better as well as I deserve better. When you're in your 20s, you could take your money and just go anywhere. But now that you realize how what it takes to accomplish what we have economically, every spot don't deserve my dollars. So you're absolutely correct. We don't go into every area just because they may be cute. We know that there are some attractive women in other areas where we can spend our money and still get the good ladies. And I have to agree with you in regards to, that's the part. Somebody said that y'all can't protect as well as we could earlier. Protection is just not only physical protection, but like I always say, when it comes to protection, provision, problem solving, and the last P is the penis for that a woman wants. A protection is often you protecting her from herself. My wife has no problem with coming to me and saying, Andre, I need your advice about something. Should I make a left or a right? Well, babe, here's the way it's looking. You really should make a left on this one, and here's why. And she'll ask me all the time. And it's not like older sage. It's not like I'm sitting around with the old karate dude beard. It's the fact that she realized, like, listen, my wife says this. Why should I go through the problem when my husband's already been through it? So let me ask him, how do you get out of this fix? Should I go to the left or to the right? So,
Andre, I want to even piggyback off what you said. And a lot of times, because when you said that you protect them from themselves, one of the biggest things that I see that older, just guys do in general in relationships with the women is we stop them from getting all these dumbass surgeries, bro. And I tell women all the time, I say, man, if you get that bullshit surgery, I'm not dealing with you no more. If you cut your body open, if you do a nose job, if you get a fake butt and all, I don't want no big anteater booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a no-no. And that's what we mean by kind of protect them from themselves. But I want to ask you this also, Andre. Are you speaking more so, because you've been overseas for years, brother. Are you speaking more in an international sense when it comes to, I'm just saying in general with the wall? Because we know in America, society says that we should date women in our own age range to a certain degree. Overseas, we know that there's none, especially in Colombia, women would date guys 20, 30 years older than them without missing a step. All right. So maybe the wall doesn't apply as hard overseas as it does in the States.
You would think that it doesn't. Prior to going on monk mode in the States and then, eventually meeting my wife, Andrea, the last person I dated was a gorgeous Native American young lady. She was 29. Prior to that, it was a 23-year-old Ukrainian virgin. She was a Ukrainian virgin. Her parents were, but boy, I used to hurt that thing. But but also I had, a few older women that were like, I had one chick, she was black and she was Irish. And so the stigma that's presented out to the public, like on Jerry Springer's and Maury's, that, oh, you wouldn't be with a younger woman. But I kid you not, the reason why it's so comfortable with me being with younger women here in Colombia is because in Florida, it was nothing to it. It was nothing to it. Like, once again, if you're taking care of your health as an older man, check, like my man Fearless does. If you have a youthful, always, what I mean by youthful energy, I don't mean that you run around acting young. I mean that a man that's older should always be on learner mode, and women see that you're always learning. When you get older, a lot of older people, you can't teach an old dog a new trick. Where when you're older and you're still carry yourself like you're always learning something, that's you showcasing, I'm still young enough to still learn stuff just like you can, baby. That's the sign that women look for. Are you on learner mode, learning throughout life, not just acting like an old dog you can't teach new tricks to? So I was doing that in Florida already. And then economically, you had your money right. So when you go out on dates and things like that, I could afford or thought about going to places that young dudes can't afford or don't even think about going to if they could afford it. Same thing here in Colombia. There are places and restaurants that I go to that many guys younger guys can afford to go to, but they don't go there. They want to go to the hip hop barbershop. And then when I get the hot chick in Colombia and I take her to a place that's just as inexpensive and affordable that you guys go to, but I'm at the 5-star place, she wants to be with me. Why? Not because I got more money, but because I'm on learner mode. So I learned the best places to take a lady throughout the country. And that's what opened up doors for me. I was already like this in the States. Therefore, it was easy to transition into dating younger women outside the States. But in the United States, they will try to sell you that stigma exists. But brother, take it from an ex-college recruiter. And half of my students were over the age of 25. Bruh, I used to run that campus. So don't never let nobody make you think that in the States they ain't coming after the older brothers too.
Let me ask you a question, Andre. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Okay, let me catch super chat real quick. WM Mustafa $2 super chat says most men have a wife younger than them. This is true. Go ahead, Fearless.
Question for you, Andre, and I'm going to disagree with what Austin said when he said these young women don't want to be taught nothing. In my older age, I have taught women more than anything, even about their bodies. As you've gotten older, you know, Andre, you can probably attest, or whomever can attest. To me, just a woman getting naked, I don't really do nothing. You need to mentally stimulate me. So we need to go through some things where I can show you how to get your body, how you can talk to your body. I can show you what the things I like. And I'm teaching her how to please a man because I want to be pleased. And I'm showing her all those things. And also, Andre, what you said is, as a younger dude, they just want to hit it and split it. And I'm like, man, there ain't no fun in that. I want to show you how to make me feel good. I want to show you about your body. I want to show you to do that. Right. Yes. On the other flip side, another thing is most of the guys and those younger guys don't think out the box. I'm just going to the club. That's it. Where you may say, hey, let's try this pottery experience. Let's do some paint and sip. And so they're learning something completely different. They've been cultured. They're like, oh man, this going to the shop just ain't doing it no more. Now I want to see other things outside of that. So you've taught them that there's more to life than just that club, home, this home. You brought them culture. You agree or disagree?
I agree. I give you a perfect example. Glad that how you put it like that. My wife was just saying this last night. She said I was having a conversation with my family. You know, it's Father's Day, so she hung out with her we hung out with her dad's side of the family, and then she hung out with her mom's side of the family. And so they were having conversations about, you know, they were doing the regular Colombians complaining about Colombia, and Andre was like, "You people are crazy. This is an amazing country." She said, "Since I've traveled to 5 continents so far, I've learned to appreciate my country because my husband took me to places to see, okay, you think Colombia is bad? Let me take you here to Paris. And now you're going to see the real Paris. Come on, let's go down to Mexico to other areas and see how touristy Cancun is. You think tourism bad is in Medellin? Come on, let's go down. And okay, or you think that this is bad or this is expensive here? Okay, come on, let's go ahead and go to UK. Let me take you to UK real quick. And now my wife has learned to it. She said, I love my country so much. She said, I did not realize how much we had to offer the world until I went out in the world. She learned that from her husband. A younger dude wouldn't think like that. You at 26, you're not thinking of not coming at Austin, but you 26, you 29, you 31, you 33, you're not thinking like that. That's why I often use the term when you're in your 20s, you're considered a sophomore, like in high school. The word sophomore comes between your 20s and your 30s. First of all, the human brain doesn't finish its development until the age of 25. That's the first thing. Facts. So until you're 25, you don't even have the whole human brain to use. And now between 20 and 30, those are your sophomore years. The word sophomore comes from the Greek term. The word soph comes from being wise or insightful. The word more, where we get the root word of moron. It means to be, you think you know, but you don't know anything yet. That's where the word sophomore comes from. Just like in high school and college, you think you know because you're not a freshman anymore, but you still have a lot of life to still learn. And that's your 20s and 30s. There's a lot that you don't know. And I tell dudes in their 20s this: live life with an eraser mate pen. Half the stuff that you write down with a pen of life, not a pencil, you think that it's solidified. You're going to need an eraser on the back, because when you hit your 30s, half that you told yourself in your 20s, you're going to realize, man, I thought I knew, but I didn't know anything yet.
100% facts. 100% facts. Very true, man. Well, guys, I think we might be at a standstill here, man. I'm still saying that, man. Hit the wall.
BMT, you need to acknowledge, young man. BMT, you need to acknowledge.
BMT, let it go, bro.
We have
hold on.
You don't like
you like a dog with a bone, bro. Just like old girl in Thailand. You like a dog in the bone. You can never let your position go, man.
Hold on. We're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna do this one more time.
You want to feel better? Just release.
We got almost 200 people in here. We'll do this one more time, dude. Men hit the wall, fam. We're gonna give it to the chat. We're gonna give it to the chat one more time.
Man, come on, man.
Just release it.
Remember what the wall years are. Let's be honest. Between 35 and 55. Anything past that, we all know that's fair game of everybody just older anyway. We can't sit back and say, well, he's 92. He didn't hit the wall. Come on, nobody thinks like that. When we talk about the wall, we usually talk about if a woman or a man hits between 35 and the age of 55, when the reality hits.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So it's a wall after 55 for a man.
No, it's not. It's not a wall at all.
Okay.
Like, what I'm saying is we automatically know that people age, physically, mentally, things like that. So we can't sit back. But when we're talking about the wall is the acceptance of reality. And usually that time period of accepting the reality of what your experiences are compared to how they used to be is usually women waking up about 35 years old, men waking up about 35 years old, and went all the way up until maybe about 55, still waking up. After that, it's just us just being older people and just taking care of ourselves. We know that we're older. We're not sitting back talking about, I'm 70 years old. I haven't hit the wall. No, there is no wall to hit because you know that you're an older person like anybody that's getting older.
Okay. Somebody said BMT trolling. We got a split chat once again, ones and twos, some 1.5s.
What eyes are you using?
Split chat, man.
Last like, he want to hit a wall.
He
want to hit a wall once he hit his 50s. He better hope there's not a wall.
Austin Oliver says gave up on it. Okay, you talking to somebody else. Shout out to Austin in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Austin.
But this was a good topic in my opinion. I'm still holding on. I do think men hit the wall. I think we go to the wall gracefully. All right, it's a different type of wall.
Word for man. Do not use gracefully in football.
Gracefully.
Don't do that.
What about
Phyllis said that? Phyllis said I can swear you said that, Phyllis. You said something about gracefully to a man.
Gracefully is not a word men use for each other. Let's stop that.
No, aging gracefully. That's a word you can use.
No, a woman.
There's nothing wrong with aging gracefully.
No. Men do not age gracefully. Women do.
No, men do age gracefully. Actually,
no, sir. That's the wrong terminology. No, sir.
What's wrong with graceful?
Use that term graceful. When we ever did, I've never done anything in my life gracefully.
Gracefully means slowly approaching versus a woman hitting the wall. You go to the wall, like Phyllis mentioned. We head towards the wall gracefully.
Still throwing wall up in there. There's no wall. So you like to use words.
I'm a prove my point.
Hey man,
wall.
Single Mom Podcast. Old men talking. Y'all all hit the wall in the 90s. Damn, Single Mom Podcast. Pull up on these cats, man. With a $1.99 and super chat. Oh yeah, that shut y'all up, didn't it? That bat y'all ass up. Y'all hit the wall in y'all 90s, baby. I was in high school in the 90s. So I ain't hit the wall yet.
I got news for the Single Mom Podcast. The Bible says even a fool looks wise when you keep your mouth shut.
Damn.
I'm just
don't let him talk to you like that. Single Mom Podcast. Pull on up. Don't let him talk to you like that.
You look wise. Even a fool looks wise when you keep your mouth shut.
Right, Desmond. Gracefully does not have to be feminine. Say that again. Gracefully it
is feminine.
That's a nice aged old word. Gracefully.
Men grow distinguished. That's why you have a distinguished.
That's the word right there. Fearless said it. Distinguished.
Men
gets distinguished.
Old is old. Hit the wall is hit the wall. God damn it. When you hit the wall gracefully.
Okay. When you hit the wall, when you hit our age, when you get to our age, tell me if you feel like you hit a wall. That's all I'm going to ask. I catch you, 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
I'm 56.
I'm 56
Why
too.
act like I hit anywhere near a wall?
Was 56.
Y'all are like my dad age, really. 56, 57. Yeah. That's my pop's age.
Fearless is what, 52? So you talking
so when you get there, BMT, and then your app is going to be worth a couple million, maybe in a billion, and you got all that money, you're going to be like, hit the wall. Brother, I'm in my wall.
He's going to have the best diet.
Just getting started.
He's going to have the best exercise trainer. He's going to know 4 languages. He's going to have women from different countries. There is no way in the world he's going to tell us at that stage and things that he's accomplished that he's a wall hitter.
Say that again.
I mean, this isn't do passport bros hit the wall. I'm talking about the average individuals off in America.
We're talking about you specifically, kind sir. All that you're going to accomplish over the next years until you hit 55, we already know there is no way in the world by the trajectory that you're taking your life that you are going to be hitting a wall. You're not a wall hitter. I'm not a wall hitter.
Yeah.
When I hit 60, I'm just an older man. I'm not. He hit the wall. No, I ate.
So what? So none of y'all think y'all are a little bit in denial. I wish I had some women on the panel, but y'all don't think y'all are a little bit in denial here, brother.
The men on this panel are all outliers. All the men on this panel are outliers. Now, if you want to think about an incel,
56-year-old man, and I still fight him off.
Yes.
I ain't saying hold on. Now hitting the wall don't mean you an incel. That's not the definition of hitting the wall. I'm saying slowing down and having less options is technically hitting the wall.
You have less options. That's the thing. You
Because
don't.
we all know older men gonna get. Come on, man. We all know that the older men gonna do what they do. But
no,
I don't.
No.
I don't. I haven't. Man, my options are more now than they were before.
I get hit up online. How do you think I met my girlfriend? I was rude to her online. I was like, "What? Who the hell are you?"
Bro,
You need to BC me
are at
first.
this-
I don't know who you are.
You hit mamas, grandmamas, cousins, the niece, the sisters.
somebody said Floyd would never hit the wall. Floyd hit the wall at 21.
That's a different kind of wall, though.
Floyd been hit the wall. Shit.
Oh no,
Damn.
brother.
Somebody said BMT, your dad was a teen dad. Yeah, he was a teen. I had a teen pops. Yeah, me like at 16 or some shit.
Yeah,
man. Hell, in America, being a man alone puts you at the wall.
What?
Man, you must be living hard, Cortez.
That's damn. That's a harsh.
He just decided I'm 23 and I'm at the wall.
God, damn.
Shit, I don't know.
Man,
As BMT gets older, the wall is going to keep moving backwards. Somebody said, "God damn, BMT, you persistent as hell." I am persistent.
Ain't he though? Like a dog with a bone.
Yeah, he will not admit.
Man, I want some ladies to pull up. I would love some ladies to pull up.
If they do, they would embarrass you. They would.
No, they're gonna embarrass you. They're gonna embarrass me.
No.
All right. Now the American Express says, I'm 61 with the BMI of a 32-year-old man. I took the test at the gym.
Thank you.
Shout out to the naughty American Express.
Do you know how much I brag on my wife whenever we go get an exam, a physical exam? The doctors tell my wife I'm healthier than her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know I'll be walking around.
We
here,
age gracefully.
No, I age gracefully. I'm masculine. I take my butt to the gym. I make sure I eat healthy, drink my gallon of water, and so forth.
Freaking Fly, don't talk about that man like that. Freaking Fly talking about some Floyd hit the wall at birth. Come on, man. That's cold hearted. Get out of here with that. Yeah, leave Floyd alone. Floyd pull up on our ass. Shit.
Real. I wouldn't be mad at him.
Somebody said I hit the wall in my 30s. Come on, bro. And but came back on my feet by losing weight. Yeah, get that weight down. BMT is not saying y'all over the hill. He's saying you down in the valley, though. Ooh, shit. I didn't say that either. I didn't say that either. I said we slow down. I said we slow down a little bit. I said our options are limited, but when you apply the passport, bro, ideology, go overseas.
No,
you right. When I moved to Colombia, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I was 20 again. Not even having dealing with the women, but just in general, just leaving America, living overseas. You definitely gonna feel younger again, just in that aspect.
We don't have a clear focus on what we're aiming at.
Mm-hmm.
When you're younger, you're just shooting all over the place. When you get older, you have a clear focus on what you're aiming at.
BMT, let me ask you a question.
You're very
Even at
selective.
that age, if you are a 40-year-old woman, you really can't go down. You go into like, I'm at 42, 45. Your age range of getting a man is limited, maybe 5 years either way.
Compared to
if you're that same 40 or 50-year-old man, your age goes, you got so many more options. Now, if you're 50, you can go down to 25. You got a whole range. You can go up to 65. Your whole range is entirely different. So you haven't hit the wall because you have so many more options. And I can tell you, these guys, when you reach the stage that you have, and now you have a little more money, you have a little more comfort, women are looking at those things because you can provide way more, not just monetarily, but just an experience and all the knowledge you do. So our options actually are increasing as our age increases because our knowledge increases, and that's what women are looking for with that.
Thanks.
That's so true.
I mean, as you get older, I mean, we get older women hitting up on us right along with the young ones. It's crazy. It's coming from every angle.
Roland, do you get as much attention as you did when you was in your 20s and 30s?
I absolutely do.
I do too. And I'm like I said, I was married, and I'm fighting them all just like I did
married now.
Well, you know, you got that. You know, the wedding ring is like
when you go to the ring, I understand.
That ring is even worse.
Even when I was single, in the States, it was no slowing down. Like I said, I worked at a college campus full of students on for 20 years, bruh. I'm telling you, one BMT. I was 47, and I smashed a King magazine model. She had just got back from her shoot.
And here's the thing, Andre. You probably don't even know the amount of women you're attracted to. I'll give you an example. When I'm walking my wife, she can spot them. She'd be like, oh, she just checked you out.
Too.
Checked you out. She looking at you. She keep looking over here. So there's women that check you out that you don't
even pay attention to.
Good point. Suave Prince with the $5 super chat says, just showing love. Get them lights up, fellas. All love to the panel. Salute, man. I got him on the ropes, Suave. I got him on the ropes today.
You gotta, listen, you hanging yourself with the rope.
You are delusional.
You trying to get
Travel Day with $1.99 super chat says, if don't have money, you create a wall. If you don't have money, you create a wall. Would y'all agree with that?
I would say I wouldn't just say money, because it's all, and I think you gentlemen can attest to this. You do have to take care of yourself physically. You do have to have a proper spirit and a positive mindset. You can't have a bank full of money. You're a jerk. You don't love life. You don't take care of your health, and you just wake up with a negative attitude all the time. But you got 15 million in the bank. And we know some people that are like that have got bad attitudes in life, but yet they got money. So it takes more. Like Kevin Samuels said, being a high value man does not only, he said there's 6 levels or 6 things that you need to have to be a high value man. And so he said one of them is money, but that's not the only one. So it is with being a older man that doesn't hit a wall. It's not just, okay, I got money, therefore. But what are you doing with money? Do you have a trainer? Are you going to get the best waters? Are you doing your protein now? Did you get a gym membership? Are you you're fiscally being wise with your money so you don't have the daily stressors that others would have? So there's a lot that goes into it other than just money. And that's why these men on this panel feel so at ease and at peace mentally and all that, and physically and all that, it's kind of like piggybacks off the monies. So if you, for example, come on, DR. How many times have you seen brothers coming to DR out of shape, overweight, looking like they about on their last leg of life, and when you looking in your eyes, you telling yourself, oh, I see why they do pay for play in Sasua. I see why Santiago. Santiago, you gotta walk up to a woman and talk to her. These dudes wobble up to women in Sasua. They don't walk up to women. So I understand why them dudes gotta do it. They gotta lean on their money because they don't take care of the other aspects of being an older man. And so, yes, in their cases, that men that don't take care of themselves and their health and their mental health, those guys will end up in a situation that, they've hit the wall. But for those,
Andre, don't you think that those older guys, like who didn't have money and are out of shape, they just kind of removed themselves from the whole game? They don't even go through the competition. They just remove themselves. Right. So it's not hitting the wall. They're not even in the picture anymore.
Which kind of give you as an older man even more options, because the women over like 35. Yeah, they'll mess around with a younger dude, but they don't want to pull up to no family function or no work event with no guy 10, 15 years, 20 years younger than them. They want an older man. So when you say that you have more options as an older guy, most definitely, because you got the options of the 25-year-old, 23-year-old, all the way up to the 55, 60-year-old woman, damn near your age. All right.
So you're swinging our way now, BMT.
He's coming back.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that you still definitely have options. Let me catch this comment by MF Doom. That's a super villain. Says, I'm 47 years old. I get way more attention than I did in my 20s. I didn't even know how to dress in my 20s. I've been looking at some old pictures of me back in the day, and unfortunately, I was in the long t-shirt era. I'd be like, damn, what the hell was I wearing back then? Y'all were lucky. Y'all missed that. Y'all had the bell bottoms and shit, but I'm definitely the long T era guy, though. At your wife's house all day with a $4.99 super chat says, I hit a wall every day, fellas. It's International Bank of Thailand, and the debt getting my push-ups in. Shout out to At Your House Wife All Day. That's a hell of a YouTube name, brother. And I had a comment here by Single Mom Podcast. She came in the room throwing shots at the dudes. 20-year-old patio bar girls don't count. You guys hit the wall. Shout out to the Single Mom Podcast. Hey, she's throwing shots at y'all.
He is reaching with her shots, which most guys that are traveling are not
Matter of fact, she said it did. She super chatted. Make sure y'all got it.
For the super chat for Single Mom.
Yeah.
The difference is we can still get the 21-year-old Pattaya girl. That woman who can't get her.
This is the irony of it, Single Mom. In the words of Pablo Frescobar, my pay for play treats me better than a man's wife in the States.
What?
Single mom. Single mom, hear me out. If a pay for play in Pattaya treats a man better than you and other women in the States treat them, and you are older women, that is a bad light on you, ladies, not on the women or the men who take advantage of the women in Pattaya. You need to ask yourself, what is it about us women in the States that a man is willing to get on a plane, fly 2,000-3,000 miles and will rather be with a prostitute, pay for play, than to be with you ladies in the States? What are you doing wrong where self-examinations and conventions and conferences need to take place? Because you all need a prayer meeting to whereas the pay for play female treats the guys a lot better. And I think that's one of the things that you ladies fail to realize, that a woman in another country that and I'm kind of babbling now, but
no, you're being savage right now. They need to get in the prayer line.
Yeah,
they need God.
Pablo Frescobar was right. He said he did an episode on his show saying, my pay for play is better than your wife.
Well, damn. Well, I always got to say that, but I agree with your Single Mom Podcast. Appreciate $1.99 in super chat.
You agree with her
for that $1.99. Of course you do.
Oh, hey man, hey guys, this has been a great show, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end the podcast. We can do this all night long, man. I appreciate everybody coming in on the panel. This is a real good topic. We can agree to disagree. Okay. I personally think. I think. No, I had Knack. Believe it or not, I had Knack on here that was agreeing with me.
You were on the island by yourself, brother.
Hey man,
all alone.
Men hit the wall. What, Phyllis? Gracefully.
Oh Lord.
I was messing with you, man. But hey guys, I appreciate everybody coming on, man. Great show once again, family. We out till next time, brothers.
All right. Talk to you ladies. Talk to you gentlemen later.